Chapter 1. My cheap parents in this world, please don't blame me. I really can't hold on to your dragon gym. You guys died young, and my cheap sister went out to practice again, and she didn't return for 3 years. She expected me, a rookie beastmaster, to guard the gymnasium, and the concubine couldn't sit there. May your spirits rest in peace in heaven at least. Don't come to me at night. Zhang Yan bowed 3 times to the spiritual tablet in front of him very piously, and put 3 sticks of incense on the incense burner. On the coffin, there are 2 black and white photos of a middle-aged couple with gentle smiles. Afterwards, Zhang Yan looked back at the huge dragon gym and heaved a long sigh. He is a time traveler, and it has been a month since he came to this beast world. This world was invaded by the beast familiar game, and countless battle pets were born, distributed all over the world. After years of exploration, people in this world have gradually mastered the rules of the game of beast mastering. So the wind of beast mastering prevailed and became the trend of the world, and beast masters came into being. Zhang Yan's predecessor was a good-for-nothing son from a family of beasts, with the same name and surname as Zhang Yan. Moreover, this beast monitoring family is still a dragon-type beast monitoring family, and it is quite famous in this Qingyi city. 3 years ago, a dimensional rift inexplicably appeared in the sky above Qingyecheng, and a large number of undead beasts appeared. The beast masters of the Zhang family rushed to the forefront, fighting against the undead beasts, and all died in battle. In the huge family of dragons and beasts, the Zhang family, only Zhang Yan, a good-for-nothing family member, and a sister named Zhang Qingyue remained. Zhang Qingyue couldn't bear the blow, and resolutely left Qing Yicheng to go to practice, saying that if she was strong enough, these tragedies would not have happened. And if she doesn't become a powerful beastmaster, she won't return to Qing Yicheng. As a result, Zhang Yan was left in the Zhang family, guarding the entire dragon gymnasium alone. After becoming a martyr, Qing Yicheng took good care of Zhang Yan. Zhang Yan received financial aid. The first 2 years were not to say that they were well off, but at least they had no worries about food and clothing. However, there is only Zhang Yan in the dragon gym, and no one is willing to come to the gym to study. It is impossible to complete the task of recruiting a sufficient number of apprentices in the gym every year. Therefore, the level of the dragon gymnasium has dropped again and again, and it has changed from a 3-star gymnasium to a 1-star gymnasium. This year, the last star will not be kept. If Zhang Yan, the young master of the gymnasium, cannot complete the task issued by the system, then the dragon gymnasium will be taken back, and Qing Yecheng and other beastmasters will compete with each other. Do decides who can become the new owner of this gym. At that time, the dragon element gym may be completely removed from Qing Yicheng. The task of keeping the gymnasium is actually not difficult. You only need to complete a dungeon task. Moreover, this task has a fault tolerance for 1 failure. Even if it fails for the first time, it can be performed again a month later. If the second mission fails, the gym will be forcibly closed. The predecessor of Zhang Yan's body died a month ago during the first mission of defending the gym. At that time, this good-for-nothing guy didn't even know what the mission of defending the gym was, so he was sent to the dungeon, and he didn't give up the mission in time and exit the dungeon. As a result, it is conceivable that this young master was killed by the beast in the dungeon, and the dragon blood parrot, the only dragon family left to him, was also killed in battle. At this time, Zhang Yan came across and directly took over the hell level opening. The former is a waste wood, the pets died in battle, the family members are all wiped out, the gymnasium is about to be taken back, the elements are not too complete. As a time traveler, Zhang Yan naturally has the confidence to reverse this situation. The first thing he has to do is to buy a new battle pet, and then train it to clear the mission of defending the gym. In the end, I went to the war pet market to see that the cheapest war pet cost more than 5,000 yuan. As for Zhang Yan, it would be nice to have a full stomach, and he couldn't even scrape together 1,000 yuan if he was full of clothes all over his body. Without pets, everything is nonsense. And the golden finger that Zhang Yan has been waiting for has not arrived, which makes him extremely helpless. So, he chose to lie flat. In the blink of an eye, a month passed, and the countdown suspended above the hall of the gymnasium was coming to an end. Once the countdown is cleared, the second mission copy of defending the gym will start soon. As a time traveler, Zhang Yan doesn't have any feelings for his cheap parents and this dragon gym, so there is no need to say that he will keep it to the death. But the point is, this gymnasium is taken back. Where does he live? A majestic time traveler who wants to live on the streets after coming here. Won't he be laughed to death by other time travelers if word spreads in the future? The countdown to the second task of defending the gym, 0 days, 0 hours, 12 minutes and 26 seconds. The countdown to the second task of defending the gym, 0 days, 0 hours, 12 minutes and 25 seconds. Time passed by, and Zhang Yan had already packed his bags, planning to give up the mission and find a better bridge hole. As a result, when the countdown came to only 10 minutes left, ding! The strongest Dragon Beastmaster System is successfully bound, and the host is Zhang Yan, the master of the Dragon Gym. This system will issue the first binding reward, Dimensional Summoning, once. Please pay attention to check. Chapter 2. Gold. Goldfinger? Zhang Yan almost cried out. This Goldfinger came too late, right? However, it's good to be here. It's better than nothing. Zhang Yan hurriedly studied his cheat, and soon discovered that his cheat was actually very simple. The role of the strongest Dragon Beastmaster System, as the name suggests, is to help Zhang Yan become stronger and stronger on the road of Dragon Beastmasters, making Dragon Beastmasters the top branch of the world's Beastmasters. The system will issue tasks from time to time, and as long as Zhang Yan can complete them, he will be rewarded. As the system is bound to Zhang Yan, the first task released by the system has appeared on Zhang Yan's task panel at this time. The Road to the Strongest Dragon Beastmaster Mission 1. Complete the task of defending the gym and keep the Dragon Gym. Task reward, designate your own battle pet, and randomly get a piece of exclusive battle pet equipment. This task reward made Zhang Yan's eyes shine, because the battle pet equipment can only be obtained with a certain chance by swiping dungeons. Moreover, the obtained equipment has strict requirements for battle pets. It is not a simple matter to find a battle pet equipment that can be used by one's own battle pets. If you can obtain battle pet equipment, it will greatly improve the strength of battle pets. However, before Zhang Yan had time to be happy for a minute, he suddenly thought of a problem. He didn't have a battle pet. How do you complete system tasks without a battle pet? This golden finger is here. It is no different from not coming. Suddenly, Zhang Yan thought again. When he bound the system just now, didn't the system give him a reward for the first binding? Maybe this reward can break the game. Thinking of this, he quickly opened the system panel, and sure enough, he found the Dimensional Summon button in the system panel. Dimensional Summoning. 1 chance left. You can randomly summon the strongest dragon creatures in each game of Blue Star to become your battle pet. The strongest dragon creature in Blue Star game works? This description made Zhang Yan's eyes shine. Although he has only been in this beast world for a month, he already knows something about this world. It is true that the Beastmasters in this world have a branch of the Dragon Branch, but the so-called battle pets of the Dragon Branch actually do not have real dragons at all. For example, the predecessor's Dragon Blood Parrot, its illustrated book, is still in Zhang Yan's memory. Dragon Blood Parrot, Tier 1, level 4 HP, 241 attacks, 41 defense, 24 attributes, Dragon, Flying skills, Learning Tongue, can reproduce the last skill used by the enemy, Soaring, can fly fast and avoid enemy attacks. Although this Dragon's Blood Parrot is more like a bird, it is indeed one of the dragon's battle pets. The rest of the Zhang family also cultivated pets in the same way. Although they have dragon blood, they are not much stronger than other pets. This is the so-called dragon battle pet. But Blue Star's dragon creatures are different, especially the giant dragons in the game. Which one is not so strong that it is outrageous? If those dragon creatures are really summoned and become battle pets, isn't this a proper dimensionality reduction blow? It just so happens that Zhang Yan doesn't have a battle pet yet, and this meta summoning is his hope of turning around. Zhang Yan pressed the summon button without hesitation, and suddenly, a dimensional gate radiating light appeared in front of him, colorful and really beautiful. Just 10 seconds later, a dull roar sounded from behind the dimension gate. At the same time, the sound of the system also rang. Ding! Congratulations to the host, successfully summoned through the dimensional summoning. The Electronic Dragon. The Electronic Dragon has appeared in your battle pet panel. Please pay attention to check the attributes. As the sound of the system fell, a giant dragon exuding metallic luster flew out from behind the dimension gate, and it was blown by a strong wind, almost knocking Zhang Yan to the ground. Zhang Yan stood firm, and saw that the Electronic Dragon had completely flew out of the dimension gate at this moment, entrenched in front of him, looking down at him. The dimension gate then shattered and dissipated into the air. Zhang Yan was dumbfounded, looking at the Electronic Dragon in front of him. It is as thick as 3 people hugging, and its body length is more than 20 meters away. At this moment, it is entrenched on the ground, like a hill. The entire body of this Electronic Dragon is made of silver-white steel, and its body is clearly defined. It is an indestructible steel beast. This turned out to be the Electronic Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zhang Yan finally came to his senses, feeling a little unbelievable. He originally thought that through the dimensional summoning, he would summon some giant dragon similar to Deathwing. But he did not expect that what he summoned turned out to be an electronic dragon made of metal. This electronic dragon can also be regarded as a dragon battle pet? Well, it should be. After all, dragon blood parrots are all dragons, and apart from the fact that the body is made of steel, what is the difference between electronic dragons and dragons? Roar! The electronic dragon twisted its body and let out a low growl at the same time, as if to remind Zhang Yan to check his attributes quickly. Seeing that the electronic dragon wanted to express himself so confidently, Zhang Yan smiled and opened his battle pet panel. As a result, when he saw it, his jaw suddenly couldn't close. Chapter 3. Electronic Dragon, Tier 1, Level 1 HP, 8,000 Attack, 2,100 Defense, 1,600 Attributes, Dragon, Steel, Flying, Light Skill. Evolution Blast, attack with the cannon in the mouth, causing huge damage. Steel Sweep, sweep with Dragon Tail, causing massive damage in a large area. Light to Dark Conversion, can change its own attributes from light to dark. Is this a level 1 battle pet? This attribute panel is simply against the sky. Okay? 8,000 health, 2,001 attack, and 1,006 defense are not attributes that can be possessed by a Tier 1 battle pet at all. Compared with the electronic dragon, the dragon's blood parrot owned by Zhang Yan's predecessor is simply rubbish. Even if the dragon's blood parrot is promoted to level 60 or level 4, it is still no match for the electronic dragon of level 1. Is this the strongest dragon battle pet in the game summoned through dimensional summoning? When the electronic dragon reaches level 20, level 40, and level 60, what kind of powerful beast will this electronic dragon become? Others don't know, but Zhang Yan does. The final form of the electronic dragon is the ultimate electronic dragon. That is almost the monster card with the maximum attack power in Yu-Gi-Oh! If he cultivated this electronic dragon into an electronic ultimate dragon, it would not be too much to claim to be the strongest Dragon Beastmaster, right? Love, love, love. As if seeing Zhang Yan's astonishment, the electronic dragon raised its head slightly, very proud of its own strength. Zhang Yan's previous helplessness and worries were swept away. With the electronic dragon here, it's not too easy to clear the task of defending the gym. Big guy, don't be arrogant. Zhang Yan was in a good mood and stepped forward to pat the electronic dragon. You and I will go to a dungeon in a while and kill all those beasts. If you behave well, I'll buy you the meat of the armored beast to eat. Sure enough, the hand feels solid, just like being photographed on a steel mountain. It is really hard to imagine how heavy this electronic dragon is, and once the thick dragon tail uses the skill, Steel Sweep, what kind of earth-shattering effect it will have. At this moment, the countdown over the gymnasium finally completely reset to 0. From Zhang Yan's feet, a portal appeared directly, pulling him into it and forcing him to the copy. As Zhang Yan's pet in battle, electronic dragon naturally came here with him. At this time, Zhang Yan was in an empty stone room. This stone room is extremely large, as big as 4 football fields, surrounded by ancient stone walls. Only not far from Zhang Yan, there is a huge summoning door. Zhang Yan is no stranger to this, and knows that this is the mission copy of Defend the Gym. The task is very simple. There will be a series of fierce beasts in the summoning gate ahead. There will be 5 waves in total. All you need to do is clear the 5 waves of beasts, and it will be regarded as the completion of the task, and the Dragon Gymnasium can be temporarily reserved. If it was before getting the golden finger, Zhang Yan must have given up the mission by now and teleported away. After all, his predecessor died in this dungeon, and then the body was sent out, which made him a traverser cheaper. But now, with the electronic dragon, there are only 5 waves of fierce beasts, so what's there to be afraid of? Electronic dragon, go in front of me and wait for the summoning door to spawn monsters. Zhang Yan gave an order, and the electronic dragon obediently obeyed the order, soared into the sky, and wandered to a distance of 100 meters in front of Zhang Yan. Just kidding. Things like fighting are naturally left to the pets. As a beast master, he must have obediently shrank back. However, Zhang Yan does not only rely on electronic dragons. In this world of beastmasters also have their own skills. At this time, Zhang Yan's property panel is as follows. Name: Zhang Yan Beastmaster Level. Tier 1 Owned Battle Pet. 1/1 Electronic Dragon. Tier 1, Level 1. Possess Skills. Insight: can obtain the attributes of fierce beasts or battle pets. Dragon Inspiration: increase the combat power of your own dragon battle pets by 15%. Insight is a skill that everyone in this world will have. And this dragon-type encouragement is a skill passed down by the Zhang family. It is precisely because of this skill that the Zhang family has become a family of dragon beasts and even established a dragon gym. Because electronic dragons also belong to the dragon type, Zhang Yan's skill, Dragon Inspiration, is also effective for electronic dragons. Zhang Yan was not stingy and directly gave a low growl, applying the buff of Dragon Encouragement to the electronic dragon. In an instant, the electronic dragon's blood volume, attack, and defense all increased by 15%, and its combat power skyrocketed again. The electronic dragon felt the power inspired by Zhang Yan, and it exuded a faint orange-red haze, which was impressively buffed with special skill effects. At this time, there is light flickering inside the summoning door. It seems that the first wave of fierce beasts has been killed. Crack, croak. Following a strange cry of frogs, huge frogs the size of a wash basin, with red bodies all over their bodies and 2 huge blades of grass behind them jumped out. There were not a few of them, 3 of them more than 10. Zhang Yan narrowed his eyes slightly and used insight on it, and the attributes of this ferocious beast suddenly appeared in front of him. Chapter 4. Grassblade, level 10 HP, 549 attack, 97 defense, 46 attributes. Wood, steel skill, flying grass leaf knife, fly out the 2 grass blades on the back to cause damage to the enemy. Frog, named together with the grass-bladed frog, causing a sonic attack, the more grass-bladed frogs using this skill at the same time, the higher the damage. The 10th level grass blade frog is not a troublesome existence. The general masters of martial arts halls are all 3rd rank beast masters, and they have 3 battle pets in their hands, and one of them has advanced at least twice, and the level is above 40. This grass-bladed frog is just the cannon fodder for the first wave. Although Zhang Yan's electronic dragon is only level 1, but in terms of attributes, it has completely exploded the grass blade frog. Therefore, for Zhang Yan, the first wave of fierce beasts was not difficult at all. The grass-bladed frog croaked, and the 2 blades of grass on its back flew out, turned into flying knives, and slashed at the electronic dragon. Dang, dang, dang. There was the sound of iron objects colliding on the body of the electronic dragon, but there was not even a scratch left. Even the electronic dragon's blood volume has not decreased at all, and it still maintains a full capacity of 8,000. There is no way. The defense of the electronic dragon is as high as 1,600, and the attack power of the grass blade frog 97 can't break the defense at all. Even if 1 point of compulsory damage is caused, the electronic dragon can recover in an instant. After 1 round of flying grass blade, the grass blade frog seemed to realize that his first skill could not have any effect on the huge monster in front of him, and his chirping sound became louder. Zhang Yan knew that the opponent wanted to use the skill Frog Cry. This skill will definitely not hurt the electronic dragon, but he, the Beastmaster, doesn't want to hear more than 30 frogs singing in a chorus here. Cyber Dragon, use Steel Sweep. Zhang Yan immediately gave the order to let the electronic dragon fight quickly. The electronic dragon has long been displeased with the ants under its feet, turned around, and the thick steel dragon tail directly swept past. Immediately, more than 30 grass blade frogs were directly crushed by the electronic dragon, and the moment their flesh and blood were blurred, they turned into light spots and dissipated in the dungeon. Zhang Yan watched it very happily. The 2,100-point attack power of the electronic dragon is really not covered. The attack power exceeds the opponent's defense power too much. A mere grass-bladed frog is not an all-in-one enemy at all, killing more than 30 grass blade frogs in one go. The huge amount of experience made the electronic dragon flash with golden light one after another. Afterwards, its already huge body swelled 2 more times. Seeing this, Zhang Yan was pleasantly surprised. Upgraded so soon? Oh, yes. After all, although the electronic dragon is strong, it is only 1 level after all. After killing so many 10th level ferocious beasts, it is natural to be able to upgrade. Zhang Yan hurriedly opened the property panel of the electronic dragon to have a look, and was immediately delighted. Electronic Dragon, Tier 1, Level 4 HP, 11350 attack, 2690 defense, 1940 attributes, Dragon, Steel, Flying, Light Skill, Evolution Blast, attack with the cannon in the mouth, causing huge damage, Steel Sweep, sweep with Dragon Tail, causing massive damage in a large area, Light to Dark conversion, can change its own attributes from light to dark. A wave of grass-bladed frogs directly raised the electronic dragon to 3 levels. The current electronic dragon, in terms of blood volume, attack, and defense, has been greatly improved. It is simply not too strong. It seems that in this task of defending the gymnasium, It should be possible to upgrade the electronic dragon to about 10 levels. After leaving the dungeon, go to the wild to find some beasts to practice leveling, and the electronic dragon can be upgraded to level 20 soon. Once the battle pet reaches level 20, you can go to the advanced temple to receive advanced tasks and make the battle pet a second-tier battle pet. And the Beastmaster can also become a second-level Beastmaster, opening his second battle pet slot. Zhang Yan had already planned his next plan in his heart, and he was in an extremely happy mood. At this time, the second wave of ferocious beasts also passed through the summoning gate and arrived in the dungeon. The second wave of ferocious beasts is a level 20 ferocious beast called the Fiery Dog. Its attribute is the fire element, and it can release some fire element skills. The number of this wave of fire dogs is not too many, only about 20, but their threat is much higher than that of the grassblade frog. With so many fire dogs, only a second-tier Beastmaster can deal with them. It's a pity that in front of the electronic dragon with supermodel attributes, the mere fire dogs are not enough to watch. They didn't even have time to release the skill, Flame of the Dog, and they were directly taken away by the electronic dragon with Steel Sweep. This wave of fire dogs provided the electronic dragon with more experience, allowing the electronic dragon to successfully rise to level 5. Next, there will be the third wave and the fourth wave of beasts. Each wave of ferocious beasts is 10 levels higher than the previous wave, and the experience provided is also richer. It's a pity that all the ferocious beasts had no power to resist against the electronic dragon, and were directly taken away by Steel Sweeping. Until now, the electronic dragon's HP is still full. At the same time, its level has also been raised to level 8. At present, there is only the last wave of beasts left. If Zhang Yan's guess is correct, the last wave of beasts should at least be a leader-level character, and it won't be all small fish like just now. Chapter 5. Sure enough, as a bright light exploded inside the summoning door, a huge moth flew out of it. Every time it flapped its wings, it would scatter pieces of phosphorus powder. Its phosphor powder also emits a little white light, which is really beautiful when dissipated in the air. Zhang Yan used Insight to check the attributes of this beast again, and said in his heart that it was exactly what he thought. It was a leader-level beast. Bright Butterfly, level 50, Dungeon Boss, HP. 15671 attacks, 2679 defense, 2034 attributes. Wood, Light, Flying Skill. Bright Phosphorus Fire, waves its wings, shakes off scales and turns them into light-attributed flames, burning enemies, Light Desire. When attacked by a light attribute pet, it can absorb the light attribute power in the enemy's attack and convert it into its own blood volume. Light Ray, 2 rays of penetrating light are emitted from the wings, which can ignore part of the opponent's defense and cause penetrating damage. The leader-level beast is a beast unique to secret realms and dungeons. Their attributes are much higher than ordinary beasts. For example, the Bright Butterfly, a normal level 50 Bright Butterfly, absolutely cannot have such exaggerated attributes, because it is the leader boss, so the attributes have been strengthened several times. A ferocious beast with this attribute is not easy to deal with, even if it is a tier 4 battle pet at level 60. It's a pity that the attributes of this Bright Butterfly are still far behind that of the electronic dragon. Now the level 8 electronic dragon's attributes have been greatly improved. Its HP has reached 23,000 plus, its attack is 6,000 plus, and its defense is close to 3,000. In terms of attributes, the electronic dragon completely crushed the Bright Butterfly, so there is still no suspense in this battle. Cyber Dragon, let's attack first and directly use the most lethal evolution blast. Zhang Yan ordered directly, intending to make a quick decision. The electronic dragon opened its dragon mouth, and in the dragon mouth made of poured steel, a pitch-black cannon slowly stretched out, aiming at the Bright Butterfly that just flew out of the summoning gate. This cannon barrel is full of futuristic sense of technology, and it really doesn't go well with this beast world. But it's handsome. The electronic dragon itself is a mechanical product. Zhang Yan can already imagine how exciting it will be when the electronic dragon advances and becomes a cyberpunk battle favorite combining technology and giant dragons. I'm afraid that just calling it out is enough to drive the Beastmasters crazy. In the pitch-black cannon barrel, white light gathered from the air, and the power had been accumulated to the peak in the blink of an eye. Next second, boom! Accompanied by a thunderous bang, a laser cannon was fired from the barrel, aiming at the Bright Butterfly. The speed of this laser cannon is so fast that it is impossible to dodge it at all, so this Bright Bow has suffered such a evolution blast. After the white light disappeared, Zhang Yan saw that the Bright Butterfly was obviously injured, and one wing was damaged, so it was very laborious to swing. Moreover, the blood bar of Bright Butterfly dropped by half. It seems that only one more shot is needed to completely wipe it out. However, at this time, Bright Butterfly's body suddenly glowed with white light, and his health bar rose again at a speed visible to the naked eye. In the blink of an eye, Bright Butterfly's health bar returned to the 3/4 position, making Zhang Yan frown slightly. Then Zhang Yan thought that the Bright Butterfly's skill, Light Desire, seemed to be able to absorb the light attribute power of the light-type battle pet. My electronic dragon attribute is the light element, and Evolution Blast is a blow formed by condensing the power of the light attribute. Although it is powerful, it can provide a huge amount of blood recovery for the Bright Butterfly. Careless. Zhang Yan secretly scolded that he still had too little experience in controlling beasts, and thought that he should pay more attention to tactical arrangements in future battles against fierce beasts or other beastmasters. Although Bright Butterfly's Light Desire is very restrained against light-type battle pets, the attributes of the electronic dragon are not as simple as light-type. Electronic dragon use light-to-dark conversion to change the light attribute to dark attribute. Zhang Yan ordered again. The electronic dragon held its head high and circled in mid-air. Immediately, the silvery white metallic brilliance on its body completely subsided, replaced by a black hole-like black color, soaking its entire body. The system's voice also followed. Your battle pet, Electronic Dragon, has used light-to-dark conversion to transform into Electronic Dragon Dark. At this time, in the attribute column of the Electronic Dragon, Light System has changed to Dark System. This time, let me see how you absorb the energy of my Electronic Dragon. Zhang Yan grinned and pointed at the Bright Butterfly. Evolution Blast, blast it for me. Roar. The Electronic Dragon let out a roar full of steel texture, and the cannon turret in its mouth was erected again. This time, the muzzle of the cannon was even darker. In the air, energy gathered again, but this time it was all black light. The surrounding dark energy was accumulated by Electronic Dragon Dark and used as ammunition for Evolution Blast. Next second, boom! The number -12,579 floated out from the top of Bright Butterfly's head, causing its blood bar to be cleared to 0. The results on the first day are very important. Friends who like this book, please vote for some flowers and votes. I am very grateful. The book is guaranteed to be updated 6 times a day. Ninth watch. Begging Hua Hua and Pia Piao. Chapter 6. This injury even exceeded Zhang Yan's expectation. But then he figured it out. The reason why the attack with the same skill caused more damage had something to do with attribute restraint. The relationship of attribute restraint is very critical in the battle of battle pets in the beast world. A powerful beastmaster will choose to restrain the opponent's pets to fight according to the attributes of the opponent's pets. As long as the attributes are restrained, even if the pet is weaker, the weak can defeat the strong. The Bright Butterfly is a light element, and the Electronic Dragon Darkness is a dark element. So there is a restraint relationship between the two. The restraint of the light element and the dark element is mutual. Who is in the upper position and who is in the lower position depends entirely on the attributes of the two parties, who is higher and who is lower. The attribute of the Electronic Dragon is higher than that of the Bright Butterfly, so it is in a high position of restraint. The crushing of attributes, coupled with the restraint relationship, led to the Electronic Dragon's Evolution Blast, which directly killed the Bright Butterfly. As the leader beast at level 50, Bright Butterfly provided extremely rich experience. It even directly promoted the Electronic Dragon to level 11. Congratulations on raising the level of your pet Electronic Dragon to level 9. Congratulations on raising your battle pet Electronic Dragon to level 10. Congratulations to your battle pet Electronic Dragon for comprehending the skill Steel Impact in battle. Congratulations on raising your battle pet Electronic Dragon to level 11. The Electronic Dragon reverted back to the form of the light system, and its body swelled a few times again. The current Electronic Dragon can already be described as a colossus. Its body has reached 40 meters, and its body cannot be hugged by 5 people. With such a battle pet, the whole body is full of metal technology, and the sense of oppression is directly full. Zhang Yan quickly glanced at the attribute panel of the Electronic Dragon to see what kind of terrifying value its attributes have grown to after it has been upgraded to level 11, and what is the effect of the skill, Steel Impact, that he just learned. Electronic Dragon, Tier 1, level 11 HP, 25641 attacks, 8348 defense, 3791 attributes, Dragon, Steel, Flying, Light skill, Evolution Blast, attack with the cannon in the mouth, causing huge damage, Steel Sweep, sweep with Dragon Tail, causing massive damage in a large area, light to dark conversion, can change its own attributes from light to dark, steel impact, flying into the air, slamming into the enemy with the body, causing terrible impact damage. This attribute panel is simply not too awesome. 20,000 plus HP, 8,000 plus attack. It is said that the Electronic Dragon is only level 11. Who can believe it? As for the newly learned skill of Electronic Dragon, Zhang Yan knew at a glance that it was similar to Steel Sweeping, both attacking the enemy with its body. But the difference is that Steel Sweep is a group attack skill, while Steel Crash is a single target skill. Zhang Yan looked at the huge body of the Electronic Dragon and thought that if he was hit by it, TSK. After admiring the new attribute panel of Electronic Dragon, Zhang Yan put it away. Now that the last wave of ferocious beasts have been killed, the task of defending the gymnasium is considered complete. Zhang Yan only waited for a minute or so before a leaving teleportation array appeared in front of him. He stepped into it and returned to the hall of the Dragon Gym. Congratulations on successfully completing the task of defending the gymnasium and successfully obtaining the qualification to continue the gymnasium. Currently, your gym level is 1 star. Please complete the missions in time to ensure that you continue to hold the gymnasium qualification. Your gym mission has been updated. Gym mission. Please keep the number of apprentices in the gym to more than 50 within 1 year. Rewards for mission success. None. Mission failure penalty. Lower the level of the gymnasium. If the level of the gymnasium is 1 star, the task of defending the gymnasium will be triggered. Sure enough, as he cleared the task of defending the gym, this task was considered completed, and now that Qingyi has become a dragon-type gym, it can be regarded as another sigh of relief. In the next year, Zhang Yan can openly accept apprentices as the owner of the gym. As long as the number of apprentices exceeds 50, there is no risk of the gym being taken back. Even if the number of apprentices is kept at more than 50, he can still receive the task of upgrading the gymnasium to raise the level of the gymnasium to 2 stars. In any case, the place to live was finally saved. As for accepting apprentices, Zhang Yan is actually not very interested. After all, the entire Dragon Gymnasium is poor and empty, and there are no skill books for apprentices to learn. Which Beastmaster is crazy and will come here as an apprentice? Anyway, there is an Electronic Dragon now. At best, the task of defending the gym will be done once a year. Just when Zhang Yan was thinking this way, the voice of the system entered his mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the first mission of the road to the strongest Dragon Beastmaster. Please designate your battle pet to obtain exclusive equipment. Hey, I almost forgot. There is still a wave of rewards for my golden finger that I haven't claimed yet. Zhang Yan now only has the Electronic Dragon as a battle pet, so naturally he has no other choice to designate the Electronic Dragon. So he directly appoints the Electronic Dragon to receive the equipment reward. After Zhang Yan was selected, the system sound came again. Ding! Congratulations to the host's battle pet Electronic Dragon for obtaining the exclusive equipment reward, Electronic Darkwing Blade. Is there no one to read it? I don't have a flower or a ticket. I'm crying. Friends who think the book is okay can give a flower and a ticket. Just let me know that someone will read it. Thank you, thank you. Chapter 7 Electronic Darkwing Blade. Zhang Yan opened his character's backpack and found this battle pet equipment in it. Electronic Darkwing Blade, Holy Pet Equipment, Exclusive, Electronic Dragon, Required Level, None Attribute. Increase the attack power of Battle Pet level *600. Advance the Electronic Dragon skill. Steel Impact. 2. Steel Split Sky. Steel Cracking Sky. Fly into the air, and at the same time slamming into the enemy with the body. The Wing Blade will cause terrifying cutting damage at the same time. Set. Electronic Dark Set. 1/6. Hey, it turned out to be a sacred level battle pet equipment, and it was produced by the system. It must be a high-quality product. In this beast world, a pet can be equipped with up to 6 pieces of pet equipment. The ranks of battle pet equipment are divided into black iron, bronze, silver, gold, Baijin, diamond, Xingyao, Huiyue, Big Sun, and sacred tin. Sacred grade pet equipment is the best battle pet equipment. In the entire Great Xia Kingdom, I'm afraid you won't be able to find 3 pieces. For an ordinary Beastmaster, it is amazing to be able to put on 2 or 3 pieces of silver and gold level battle pet equipment for his battle pet, which is enough to make his battle pet stronger than other battle pets of the same level. The attributes of such a piece of sacred level battle pet equipment are simply against the sky. Increase level *600 attack power. With the current level of Electronic Dragon 11, that is to increase the attack power by 6,600 points. Coupled with its original 8,300 plus attack power, the attack power of the Electronic Dragon directly reaches nearly 15,000 plus. What a horror! Moreover, As the level increases, the increased attack power of this electronic Darkwing blade will further increase. If such a piece of equipment is sold, Zhang Yan may live comfortably in this world for 10 lifetimes. But he is not stupid. Such a powerful pet equipment, naturally he has to keep it for himself. Moreover, this is the exclusive equipment of Electronic Dragon, and other pets can't use it, let alone sell it. Zhang Yan directly put this equipment on the Electronic Dragon. Through the attribute panel of the battle pet, Zhang Yan can see that the image card of the Electronic Dragon has been updated. Behind its majestic and mighty steel body, a pair of black dragon wings made of alloy. The dragon wings are like huge steel knives, sharp and tough. I am afraid that some people will suffer from being cut by this wing blade. Zhang Yan also noticed at the same time that this electronic dark wing blade is not a separate piece of equipment, but a part of a suit. Among the battle pet equipment, suits are rarer. At the same time, it is conceivable that it is difficult to get together a set of equipment. The attributes of suits are generally extremely powerful. A set of silver equipment, the total attribute blessing is much higher than a set of gold parts. Zhang Yan knows that he has a system, so he should not worry about whether he can get this set of dark electronics together. When a complete set of dark electronic suit is assembled, the attributes of the Electronic Dragon will probably be even more jaw-dropping. At this time, as the rewards had been distributed, the second task released by the strongest Dragon Beastmaster System was long overdue. Ding! The road to the strongest Dragon Beastmaster Mission 2. There is a Tier 2 battle pet. Task reward, a Beastmaster skill book. Ding! It is detected that the host has regained the ownership of the Qin Yicheng Dragon Gym. And now we add a side task. Building the gym, 1. Building a gym, 1. Gym opening. To build a gym, the number and strength of apprentices will affect the reputation of the gym. As the young gym master, you should recruit enough talents for the gym apprentice. Please recruit an apprentice for the Dragon Gym within 1 month. Mission reward, 10,000 Great Xia coins. 2 consecutive tasks were issued, which made Zhang Yan feel constantly surprised. The task of the road to the strongest Dragon Beastmaster requires him to have a Tier 2 battle pet, which is not difficult. Anyway, he also plans to go out as soon as possible to improve the level of the Electronic Dragon and promote it to Tier 2. This main task is not a big problem. However, Zhang Yan finds it a bit difficult to do side missions. In Qin Yicheng, who doesn't know that the Dragon Gymnasium has declined? If students can be recruited, how can the Dragon Gymnasium trigger the task of defending the gymnasium? Even if Zhang Yan owns the Electronic Dragon, it may be difficult to recruit apprentices, because the apprentices come to the gym to learn the Beastmaster skills and battle pet skills provided by the gym. But these two things, the Dragon Gymnasium doesn't have it at all. In other words, there used to be, but it was sold by the predecessor, the good-for-nothing business, to make ends meet. The entire Dragon Gymnasium has an empty gymnasium shell, but there is nothing in it. How can it attract apprentices to come to enroll? No, if you want to attract students, you must have 2 skill books for learning. I might as well go to the dungeon tomorrow to clean up and see if I can burst out 2 skill books. Hey, rebuilding a gymnasium from scratch is not an easy task. If the evil predecessor, if he wasn't such a waste, would it be so difficult for me? Zhang Yan secretly scolded his predecessor, but his mood was not affected too much. Because rebuilding the gymnasium is just a side mission, and the reward for the first link is only 10,000 yuan. Even if it fails, the impact will not be great. Here comes a picture of the electronic Darkwing blade, asking for flowers and tickets. Chapter 8. The Beastmaster. The starting time for the task of defending the gym is 12 o'clock in the morning. After tossing and tossing, it is already past 1 o'clock in the morning, and Zhang Yan is already a little sleepy. So, he simply decided to go out and act tomorrow and finish the main task at hand. Nothing to say all night. Early the next morning, Zhang Yan slept until after 9 o'clock before lazily getting up. Get up early to train your pet? Not required. The fine tradition of the predecessor Wastewood must continue to be maintained. After all, with the system in place, even if Zhang Yan lay flat, the other Beastmasters would not be able to catch up with his progress. After washing up, Zhang Yan planned to leave the gymnasium, go to have a breakfast first, and then go out to the field map, or go to the dungeon to spawn monsters, upgrade the Electronic Dragon to level 20, and advance. As a result, before he opened the door of the gymnasium, he heard voices outside the door, and it seemed that a lot of people had gathered. It's really strange. Normally, there are no dogs at the entrance of my gymnasium. Why is it so lively today? Zhang Yan was surprised and opened the door, and he saw the group of people gathered at the entrance of the Dragon Gymnasium. Because Zhang Yan integrated the memories of his previous life, he still knows some people in Qingyicheng. Among the dozens of people gathered at the door, most of them have seen each other before, and they are well-known beast masters nearby, and their strengths are basically at the 3rd level. Therefore, Zhang Yan didn't think that the other party wanted to come to the Dragon Gym as an apprentice. With their strength, it is more than enough to be the master of a 1-star gym. Seeing Zhang Yan coming out of the gymnasium, all the people present were silent and looked at Zhang Yan. Zhang Yan felt strange, and after scanning the crowd, he said, "Everyone, Uncle Ants, why are you all gathered at the gate of my Qingyicheng Dragon Gym today? Could it be that this place is divided into some kind of beast monitoring morning market, but I don't know?" The beast masters present looked at each other, and one of them, a beautiful woman in a cheongsam, was the first to speak, and smiled charmingly at Zhang Yan, and said, "Xiao Yin, Zhu Ant asks you, the last time your dragon gymnastics guard, didn't the gym's mission end yesterday morning? Theoretically, this dragon gymnasium should be in an idle state right now. Why do we people come to apply to occupy the gymnasium, but are notified that the gymnasium is still in operation?" Everyone else looked at Zhang Yan, obviously wanting to ask the same question. Immediately, Zhang Yan understood what the purpose of these people came here. Feelings are directed at one's own gymnasium. If he didn't have a golden finger, then he failed the task of defending the gymnasium yesterday, and the Dragon Gymnasium would be taken back. Other Beastmasters who want this gymnasium can apply to occupy it. When the number of applications reaches the upper limit, a unified arena will be held 3 days later. Own gymnasium. In this world, each city has a certain number of gymnasiums. For a 3rd-tier city like Qingyicheng, the system will open 2 5-star gymnasiums, 10 4-star gymnasiums, 28 3-star gymnasiums, and 2-star gymnasiums. There are 56 gymnasiums and 108 1-star gymnasiums. 1 radish and 1 hole. Other people want to open a gym of their own. It is not allowed at all. Unless, as it is now, some of the gym owners can't even pass the task of defending the gym. The system will judge that the gym has lost its owner, and then wait for other beast masters to apply, and select the most powerful one from among them. The beast master comes and becomes the new owner. Or, you can seize the gymnasium by applying to kick the gymnasium. Once the gym is successfully kicked, the ownership of the gym will be changed automatically. It can be said that there are many benefits to owning a gymnasium of your own, not to mention enjoying the welfare policies in the city, expanding contacts, etc. Just by recruiting apprentices and earning tuition fees, it is a very impressive figure. Generally speaking, a 3rd-tier Beastmaster is qualified to run a 1-star gym well. However, there are many 3rd-tier Beastmasters, but there are few 1-star gyms. With so many wolves and little meat, the Dragon Gym might have already been targeted by many nearby Beastmasters. The reason why no one came over and forcibly drove Zhang Yan out of the gymnasium by kicking the gymnasium was entirely because Zhang Yan was the queen of the nobles. If you kick a dragon-type gymnasium, you may be scolded by other Beastmasters. But if Zhang Yan can't keep the gymnasium by himself, then other Beastmasters will apply to occupy it again, and it will be justified. These people in front of them, although they didn't kick gymnastics, but staring at dragon gymnasiums, I'm afraid it's not a good thing. Thinking of this, Zhang Yan sneered and replied, "Zhu Ant, I completed the task of defending the gym yesterday, and I can hold this dragon gym for another year. If you want the gymnasium, you have to wait another year. If I can't recruit apprentices within this year, the system may take the gymnasium back. Of course, on the premise that I can't complete the task of defending the gym. As soon as this remark came out, these people were immediately blown away. What? He completed the task of defending the gym? How is this possible? That's right, how could he, a Tier 1 Beastmaster who doesn't even have a battle pet, complete the task of defending the gym? Could it be with his own fists? Some time ago, I heard that he wanted to buy a battle pet, but he had to give up because he had no money. How can he keep the Dragon Gym now? Could someone help him? It shouldn't be. There has been no one coming to this Dragon Gymnasium for a long time. Besides, who will help the Zhang family who has lost power? Isn't this clearly offending us? Chapter 9. The face of the beautiful woman who spoke just now was also ugly. She forced a laugh and asked, "But, you don't even have a battle pet. How can you pass the task of defending the gym?" "You don't have to worry about that." Knowing what the other person was thinking, Zhang Yan would naturally speak politely. "Anyway, this Dragon Gym is still my gym." For these people, Zhang Yan was naturally not interested in talking to them, so he simply said loudly, "Everyone, Uncle Ants, this Dragon Gymnasium, everyone, don't make any decisions. After I am the Zhang family, I still want to keep the Zhang family's gymnasium and carry it forward. Everyone leave." It is pure nonsense to promote gymnasiums. Zhang Yan's main reason for not wanting the gym is that his side missions are related to the gym. Although there are not many rewards for side missions, no matter how small a mosquito's legs are, they are meat. If it can be completed, why not do it? After saying this, Zhang Yan turned around and closed the door of the gymnasium, setting the gymnasium to the closed state, and then walked out of the road parted by the crowd. It seemed that he was about to leave. The Beastmasters present started talking in low voices again. It could be seen that the idea of taking over the Dragon Gymnasium fell through, and no one looked good. As a result, before Zhang Yan took a few steps, he suddenly received a reminder. Your gym, the Qingyicheng Dragon Gym, has been applied to kick the gym. Please fight within 24 hours. Otherwise, it will be regarded as a waiver and the ownership of the gym will be lost. Zhang Yan stopped, slightly surprised. Is there really someone who will kick the pavilion? He looked back and saw a bald and strong man 2 meters away, withdrew his hand from the gate of the gymnasium. At this time, a pattern of crossed swords appeared on the top of the strong man's head, indicating that he was the one who applied to kick the pavilion. The rest of the people also saw that the brawny man submitted an application for kicking the Dragon's Breath Gymnasium, and it immediately exploded. It's Wang Kuan, who is good at controlling Earth-type beasts. He actually took the initiative to kick the Dragon-type martial arts gym? The Zhang family is a nobleman. He kicked the Zhang family. Isn't this looking for scolding? I can only say that this Wang Kuan has really done something that none of us dare to do. In fact, I have long wanted to kick the gym and take down this Dragon martial arts gym, but the family of the elites who kicked the gym, this can't be justified. Yeah, such a weak martial arts school can be won by just kicking it. Who doesn't want to kick it? The key is, who can spare this face? We just have too many worries. If we had made up our minds earlier, Wang Kuan wouldn't have missed it. Wang Kuan's face was gloomy. After submitting the application, he looked at Zhang Yan and said, Boy of the Zhang family, you should hand over this Dragon Gymnasium. Zhang Yan raised his eyebrows, smiled playfully, and said to Wang Kuan, You dare to kick the gymnasium after lies, so you're not afraid of being scolded by others? So what if you scold me? Wang Kuan said calmly, Owning your own martial arts gym can enjoy many benefits. For these benefits, even if someone scolds me, I will admit it. What's more, your Zhang family was indeed successful in protecting Qingyicheng before, but it has been 3 years since that incident. In the past 3 years, the Dragon Gym has been an empty shell, but no one has come to kick the gym. This is enough respect for your Zhang family. 3 years, you occupy this gymnasium quota? Is it enough? Each city has a limited number of gymnasium places. You occupy one, but do not manage it well, it is really a waste. So, I took over the gymnasium from you and reoperated an Earth-type gymnasium, which can be regarded as a contribution to Qingyicheng. Speaking of this, Wang Kuan's face softened a little, and he continued, Xiaoyin, I had a little friendship with your Zhang family before. I don't want to hurt you either. You obediently admit defeat and give up the gymnasium. I'll help you find a place to live and give you a place to live. How about it? Don't blame me. I have done a lot of preparations to open a gym of my own. If I wait another year, I will lose too much. I want this gym now. Wang Kuan's words made Zhang Yan sneer in his heart. This person spoke in a high-sounding way, and even said that he would give himself a place to live. Wasn't he actually looking back to make up for his reputation and the negative impact he had suffered after being kicked out? For this kind of person, how could Zhang Yan give him any good looks? No need. I'll just live in this Dragon Gym, and I won't go anywhere. Zhang Yan stood with his hands behind his back, looking at Wang Kuan. Since you want to kick the gym, then come and kick, and I'll follow suit. After finishing speaking, Zhang Yan opened the kick gym application from the gym panel and directly chose to agree. On the top of Zhang Yan's head, there also appeared a pattern of cross swords, corresponding to Wang Kuan. The battle between the two sides can start at any time. In Qingyi City, private fighting among Beastmasters is prohibited, but it is allowed to compete in gymnasiums, or kick gymnasiums. Therefore, the two can start fighting directly now. Seeing that Zhang Yan dared to fight a third-tier Beastmaster like Wang Kuan, the people around were all taken aback. While whispering, they also gave up an open space to prevent the battle between the pets from affecting them. The data is bleak. Please ask for flowers and votes. Friends who like this book, vote for some flowers and votes. Thank you. The book will be released in 24 hours. Everyone makes the data look better, and the author will definitely update it. Chapter 10. How courageous! Wang Kuan snorted. Since you don't know how to flatter, don't blame me for bullying the younger. After all, he directly summoned his battle pet. As a huge teleportation array lights up, a pet walks out of the teleportation array. It was a huge tortoise with a height of 2 floors. Its body was like a volcano. On the obsidian-like flesh and blood, dazzling red magma kept falling, exuding billowing heat waves. Regarding this fierce beast, Wang Kuan was not stingy at all, and directly disclosed all its attributes. Lava Turtle, Tier 3, level 57 HP, 13296 attacks, 1630 defense, 2034 attributes, Earth, Fire, Poison skill, Black Yao hardening, solidify the magma on the body into obsidian, double the defense, but cannot move and attack. Heat wave spit out a hot magma heat wave and attack the enemy. Poisonous sulfur gas, emits poisonous sulfur gas, making the enemy enter a poisoned state. As soon as this battle pet came out, the beast masters around all gasped. Isn't this Wang Kuan too strong? The battle pet is so terrifying. Yes, this lava turtle belongs to the earth, fire, and poison types. The earth type makes its defense and blood volume amazing, and the fire type guarantees its output ability. The poison type can make the enemy a headache. Untie. This lava tortoise is a very rare earth-type battle pet, and Wang Kuan is cultivating it as the main battle pet. Naturally, it is ridiculously strong. Among us, he may be the only one in strength. No wonder he was ready to start his own gymnasium early on. With his strength, it is definitely more than enough to be the owner of a 1-star gymnasium. The 3rd-tier battle pet at level 57 is still a powerful lava turtle. That kid from the Zhang family has no chance of winning. This kicker is a bit of a bully. Who says it's not? Everyone looked at Zhang Yan with pity, thinking that he would definitely lose. When Zhang Yan saw the lava turtle, he scoffed. Tier 57 battle pet? Attributes are really not that good. I'm afraid, even a first-level electronic dragon can deal with it. What's more, the electronic dragon has been upgraded to level 11 now, and there is also a sacred battle pet equipment. Do you still have 2 battle pets? Let's summon them together. I defeated you in one breath, so we can go eat. Zhang Yan didn't rush to summon the electronic dragon, but said. Wang Kuan was taken aback, and then he thought it was Zhang Yan who was stalling for time. So he said, as a 3rd-tier beast master, I do have 2 battle pets. However, it's just kicking the gym. You don't need so many pets to fight. Such a lava turtle is enough. Zhang Yan shook his head without insisting and said, forget it. Since you don't summon the other 2 battle pets, don't say I didn't give you a chance later. After speaking, he opened his summoning array. All eyes gathered over, wanting to see what kind of war pet Zhang Yan had secretly cultivated recently. A huge summoning circle appeared in midair, which made many people stunned. Because this summoning array is a bit surprisingly big. The battle pet who came out of such a large summoning array is probably also a big guy. In the next second, Zhang Yan did not disappoint. With a roar like steel colliding, the electronic dragon flew out of the summoning formation, whizzed towards it with a violent wind, circled in midair, and entrenched in front of Zhang Yan. The appearance of such a huge and frightening steel dragon immediately caused everyone on the scene to gasp. Hey, what kind of battle pet is this? Why is it so big and oppressive? The whole body is made of unknown alloy steel, and there is a pair of huge dragon wings composed of countless sharp blades behind it. Is this really a dragon battle pet? What kind of dragon battle pet is this? The beast masters present claim to be well informed. The beasts in this world of beast masters look strange and strange. What haven't they seen? But they have never seen a dragon battle pet like this. Originally, the lava tortoise was already a colossal monster among the battle pets. After being summoned, many people were daunted. But as soon as Zhang Yan's electronic dragon came out, the lava turtle stood in front of him like a younger brother. No matter the size or the sense of oppression in appearance, both sides are not in the same order of magnitude. Even Wang Kuan's eyes were wide open. The moment he saw the electronic dragon, he felt an urge to run away. It seems that the pet in front of him is a Tier 4 or even Tier 5 pet. Naturally, Zhang Yan will not disclose all the attributes of the electronic dragon. However, the name and level information of the cyber dragon cannot be hidden. So, after a brief shock, when everyone saw that this huge monster was just a level 11 battle pet, they all put away the awe they had just had. What? This battle pet looks so domineering, but it turned out to be only level 11. Electronic dragon? What kind of battle pet is this? Why have I never heard of it? It's probably a rare battle pet of the dragon family. As the descendants of the Zhang family of the Dragon Gymnasium, it is reasonable for the Zhang family to have a rare battle pet. Unfortunately, this battle pet should not be weak, but it is only level 11. No matter how good its potential is, it is absolutely impossible to be the opponent of the lava turtle. That is, Tier 3 versus Tier 1, and Tier 57 versus Tier 11. There is no suspense at all. Dragon Gymnasium, I'm afraid it will be changed to an Earth Gymnasium in the future. Chapter 11 now, who else wants to kick the gym? No one is optimistic about Zhang Yan. After all, the level difference between pets is too great. At this time, Wang Kuan also relaxed his heart and said with a sneer, a battle pet of level 11? You want to use it to fight my lava turtle, but it may not be far away. Really? Zhang Yan was full of confidence and smiled. Try it a dozen times and you'll know? Hee. Wang Kuan sneered. Don't worry. If my pet's attack is too high and kills your electronic dragon, don't blame me. Lava turtle, use heat wave spit. Following Wang Kuan's order, the lava turtle raised its head, and a hot wave of magma spewed out from its mouth, pointing directly at the electronic dragon. The 11th level battle pet, which seems to be a steel type, was restrained by the fire type of the lava turtle. Therefore, Wang Kuan is confident that the battle of kicking the pavilion will end in an instant. However, when the lava turtle's heat wave spit fell on the electronic dragon, a damage number popped up, making everyone present quiet. Minus 1037, the damage of 1000 plus is not low. It can be regarded as breaking the defense. However, for the electronic dragon with more than 25,000 blood volume, this damage is just a blood loss, and it can be recovered in a blink of an eye. Is it reasonable for a battle pet at level 57 to use skills to beat a pet at level 11 with 1000 HP? Moreover, although the attributes of the electronic dragon have not been disclosed by Zhang Yan, everyone present is an experienced beastmaster. It is not difficult to calculate that the defensive power of the electronic dragon is definitely above 3005, and the blood volume is as high as 2 or 3. 10,000. How could this be a level 11 first-tier battle pet? What international joke are you playing with us? At this time, Wang Kuan's whole body has been completely petrified. He was dumbfounded and wondered for a while whether he had had a very outrageous dream. Seeing the astonishment of all the people present, Zhang Yan chuckled secretly and said, "This heat wave spit is not painful or itchy. Cyber Dragon, it's our turn now. Just try your new skills." Steel cracks the sky. Roar. The electronic dragon's unique dragon roar sounded, and it flew into the air directly, setting off a violent wind again, making it difficult for everyone around to stand still for a while. Then, the electronic dragon's huge and heavy body slammed into the lava turtle, and at the same time, black light condensed on the electronic dark-wing blade behind it, making it sharper. Such a terrifying offensive made Wang Kuan react instantly. He quickly commanded, "Lava turtle, use black Yao hardening to defend." The lava shrank its head and limbs, leaving only a turtle shell outside. At the same time, the falling lava flames on its shell dimmed and condensed into a layer of hard obsidian, absorbing the incoming damage for it. Using the lava turtle with Hey Yao hardening, its defense power instantly doubled to a terrifying value of 4000 plus, and a battle pet of the same level could not break through the defense at all. It's a pity that this 4000 plus defense is no different from paper in front of the electronic dragon's 15,000 plus attack power. In a blink of an eye, the electronic dragon had already crashed into the lava turtle. The huge lava turtle was directly knocked out by the electronic dragon, and at the same time, the electronic dark wing blades on the back of the electronic dragon also had two black slashes intersecting each other, hitting the lava turtle in the middle of the air. The impact, plus the damage from the wing blades, exploded on the lava turtle at the same time. The lava turtle was in midair. Its body exploded directly, and the flesh and blood turned into light spots and then dissipated. And in Wang Kuan's battle pet space, the lava turtle also disappeared, declaring that he had died in battle. After killing the lava turtle with one blow, the electronic dragon flew back to Zhang Yan, entrenched in midair like a steel fortress. For a moment, the audience fell silent, and even the drop of a needle could be heard clearly. The lava turtle at level 57, just like that? What the hell is this? Do you dare to touch your conscience and say that this giant steel dragon is really a dragon battle pet? At this moment, Wang Kuan's whole body was trembling, and he knelt down on the ground with a plop. What happened just now made him completely unacceptable. He summoned his main battle pet, just to frighten everyone present. In the end, it became a stepping stone for Zhang Yan to intimidate others, and he was instantly caught. He had cultivated such a lava turtle for several years, but all his painstaking efforts for several years disappeared in smoke. Zhang Yan saw that Wang Kuan was so lost. He knew that the battle might be over. Even if Wang Kuan still has 2 battle pets, it is impossible to take them out to continue fighting. After all, if he dares to take it, the electronic dragon dares to second. Sure enough, after Wang Kuan came back to his senses, he tremblingly chose to admit defeat. Congratulations on winning the battle of kicking the gymnasium. Your Qing Yicheng Dragon Gymnasium reputation plus 100, current reputation 100. It's a pity that you can't get experience, items, and equipment rewards for killing other people's battle pets. Otherwise, killing such a lava turtle would at least raise the electronic dragon to level 12. Zhang Yan didn't worry about gains and losses, and he didn't take back the electronic dragon. Instead, he looked around at everyone present and said loudly, "Since everyone is interested in my gym, why not let's end it today? Now, who else wants to kick the pavilion?" Roar. The electronic dragon also roared, as if responding to Zhang Yan. Facing this monstrous master and servant, so many third-tier beast masters present, they were all silent, not even a single one dared to speak. Chapter 12. Kick the pavilion? Do not make jokes. Who thinks that his pet has a long life? So he kicked Zhang Yan's pavilion. This battle pet named Electronic Dragon, a lava turtle known for instantly killing defenses in a face-to-face, didn't even leave Wang Kuan with the chance to take back the battle pet. Other people's battle pets go up. Isn't it more like delivering food? Therefore, even if Zhang Yan was so high-spirited and publicly shouted, "Who else?" no one dared to answer. Everyone glanced at each other and realized that this dragon gymnasium is not a soft persimmon that can be pinched casually. Ever since, the crowd didn't bother themselves, they all started to disperse in silence. Seeing that no one was fighting, Zhang Yan smiled and said to himself that it seemed that there were no fools among the beast masters present. Ever since, he also took back the electronic dragon, intending to leave and continue with his plan, eating, upgrading, and advancing the electronic dragon. However, just after Zhang Yan took 2 steps, an excited and crisp voice came from behind him. Hello, are you the owner of this dragon gym? Can I be your apprentice here? Someone wants to be an apprentice. Zhang Yan was taken aback, then turned his head. It turned out he didn't see anything. Just when Zhang Yan wondered if he heard it wrong, a small white hand suddenly appeared from below his sight. "I'm here, you look down." Zhang Yan looked down, and sure enough, he saw a little girl covered by the travel bag with a rosy face, looking up at him expectantly. This little girl looks to be only 14 or 15 years old, with capable short hair, delicate facial features, and fair skin. She is a full-fledged beauty, and she looks extremely cute. However, such a lovely girl has only one shortcoming. That is, her height is an absolute flaw. Zhang Yan's predecessor, because of his good background and good nutrition, is now over 1.8 meters tall. The little girl in front of her was only about 1.5 meters tall, which was a head shorter than Zhang Yan. Therefore, if Zhang Yan looked up, he basically couldn't see the little beauty in front of him. However, being short is not a bad thing. After all, the little girl is already cute, and with this height, she will definitely satisfy anyone's fantasies about lowly. Seeing that Zhang Yan noticed her, the little beauty smiled, took a step back and bowed deeply to Zhang Yan. "Excuse me, are you the owner of the Qing Yicheng Dragon Gym? Let me introduce myself. My name is Xin Xiaoya, and I am also a Dragon Beastmaster who traveled from other cities. I want to find a dragon gym to study, but I haven't found a suitable one. Just now I was lucky enough to see you fighting with the Earth Beastmaster. It really made my blood boil. I want to worship you as my teacher and come to your gym to study. Do you think it's okay?" Saying this, the little beauty named Xin Xiaoya raised her head. Her big eyes blinked. She was so pitiful, it was hard to refuse. Zhang Yan really needs to recruit apprentices to complete the side tasks of the system. But the key point is that the Beastmasters in this world also have the rules of the Beastmasters. Under the age of 18, you can raise a war pet, but you can't bring your war pet to battle, let alone enter the gymnasium to study. Only after the age of 18 can you bring a pet to participate in the battle, which is also to protect minors. The little girl in front of me is only 14 or 15 years old, so naturally she is not qualified to be an apprentice. Therefore, Zhang Yan wanted to take her in to complete his side missions, but there was nothing he could do. So, Zhang Yan glanced at her and said, "The little girl is only so old that she wants to enter the gymnasium? In a few years, let's talk about it when we become adults." With that said, Zhang Yan turned around and was about to leave. Xin Xiaoya became anxious all of a sudden. She grabbed Zhang Yan's skirt and said, "Master, don't go. I'm an adult. If you don't believe me, look." As she spoke, she displayed her character attribute panel in detail, including her age. Name: Xin Xiaoya. Age: 19 years old. Beast Master level: Tier 1 Possessed Battle Pet 1/1 Candlefire Dragon Level 1, Level 17 Possessed Skills: Insight: Can obtain the attributes of fierce beasts or battle pets. Dragon Inspiration: Increase the combat power of your own dragon pets by 15%. Blood Boiling: Increase the speed and 10% combat power of your fire pets by 20%. Zhang Yan was taken aback when he saw the character attribute panel. Good guy. 19 years old? Is this inappropriate legal loli? Moreover, Zhang Yan also noticed that there was definitely something about Xin Xiaoya. Her battle pet, the Candle Fire Dragon, is a very rare dragon-type battle pet. The power of the dragon blood in her body is quite strong. If she is well cultivated, she will have the demeanor of a purebred dragon in the future. This kind of war pet, the Zhang family's heyday, could not be produced. At the same time, she also has one more skill, Hot Blood, which I'm afraid she only learned it from the Beastmaster skill book that she bought at a big price. At the age of 19, he already owned a level 17 Candle Fire Dragon. Looking at the entire Qing Yi Cheng, he is definitely one of the best geniuses. This kind of genius wants to come to the Dragon Gym? It's crazy. Chapter 13: The Gym's First Apprentice. After an hour, in the center of the empty Dragon Gym, there was a square table and 2 chairs. The table was filled with steamed buns, soybean milk, bean curd, deep-fried dough sticks, and small pickles. Zhang Yan and Xin Xiaoya sat opposite each other, gorging themselves on chairs. Hi, Zhang Yan hiccuped and slumped on the chair. Looking at Xin Xiaoya, who was still full of combat power in front of him, he wondered how this little girl could put so much food in her small body. Stuffed in. Seeing that Xin Xiaoya stuffed 2 small steamed buns in one gulp, her mouth was bulging, and she swallowed hard, without any ladle-like appearance. Zhang Yan sighed and continued the topic just now. So, you know that I am a first-level beast master, and my only battle pet is a level 11 electronic dragon. Although my place is the only dragon-type gym in Qing Yi Cheng, it is actually on the verge of closure. There is no apprentice or teacher in the entire gym except me. At the same time, my place is poor and empty. I don't even have an alloy pile except for the venue, right? Xin Xiaoya swallowed hard the food in her mouth, and at the same time, probably because she choked, she patted her chest again. After swallowing the meal, the little girl nodded with a smile and said, Yeah, didn't you tell me all of this? I know it all. I know you want to be my apprentice. Zhang Yan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. In this world of beast masters, dragon gymnasiums are indeed rare, but not without them. If you go to Wanchur City next door, you will be able to find a 3-star dragon gymnasium. Wouldn't it be better to be an apprentice with them than with me? The dragon gymnasium in Wanchur City? Xin Xiaoya shook her head after hearing this. I came here from Wanchur City. I've been to their dragon gymnasium. It's not interesting. Speaking of this, Xin Xiaoya looked at Zhang Yan again. Her eyes lit up. But teacher, you are different. You are so young, and you are only a first-level beast master, but you can rely on an 11th level battle pet, instantly kill the level 57 lava turtle. I have never seen such a strong beast master like you, teacher. So I have made up my mind to stay in Qing Yi Cheng and learn how to master beasts from you, teacher. Zhang Yan's mouth twitched twice. I am strong? The electronic dragon is here for you, so you can use it, right? Forget it. Zhang Yan thought about it, and felt that he had already said everything he needed to say, and this little girl wanted to stay, so no wonder he said he cheated on her. Big deal. If she feels that she has been cheated, let her quit the dragon gym. Thinking of this, Zhang Yan nodded and said, Since you want to stay so much, then I promise you, whenever you want to leave, you can leave and I won't stop you. As he said that, Zhang Yan found out the joining application in the property page of the gymnasium and clicked to agree to the application that Xin Xiaoya sent earlier. Congratulations on successfully recruiting a student, Xin Xiaoya, to become your apprentice. The current number of apprentices in your Qing Yi Cheng Dragon Gym. 1. Congratulations, you have successfully collected Xin Xiaoya's tuition fee, 1 yuan. The tuition fee has been automatically included in the profit of the gymnasium, and you can use it at any time. The main profit of the gym is based on the tuition fees of the students, but Zhang Yan knows the current situation of the Dragon Gym and still charges Xin Xiaoya's tuition, which is tantamount to fraud. Therefore, he has set the tuition fee to 1 in advance. After successfully bringing Xin Xiaoya into the gym, a badge in the shape of a dragon's claw appeared on her chest. This is a badge designed by the Zhang family before, and all apprentices in the Dragon Gym can wear it, and the shape is quite good. After getting this badge, Shun Xiaoya was extremely happy and lowered her head to show off another mouthful of tofu now. When Zhang Yan was worried about whether he could afford such a rice bucket, the sound of the system followed. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the construction of the gymnasium, 1, and getting a reward, 10,000 great Xia coins, because you successfully completed the task a few days in advance. Now you get an additional reward. You can get an extra 10,000 great Xia coins. Ding! Now release side missions for the host to build a gymnasium, 2, building a gym, 2, train a second-tier beastmaster for the gym. Task reward, a random pet skill book, shared. The arrival of Shun Xiaoya allowed Zhang Yan to successfully complete the side mission and also received an extra reward of 10,000 yuan. It can be described as a pleasant surprise. As for the side mission too, the reward is even more generous. It turned out to be a battle pet skill book, and it is still shared. The so-called shared books refer to skills that can be placed in gymnasiums for apprentices to learn. If it is a general skill book, it can only be learned by a battle pet. After learning, the skill book will disappear. It can be said that the shared book is more precious and rare than ordinary skill books, and whether a gym has a good shared skill book is also the key to attracting students. To complete this task, you only need to train the apprentice to the second level. Shun Xiaoya's Candle Fire Dragon is already level 17, and it is only a step away from level 20. It just so happens that Zhang Yan is going to level up too, so that he can become a second-tier beastmaster earlier, so this side task can be done together. Chapter 14. After eating, Zhang Yan will take Shun Xiaoya to the outside of the city to brush up dungeons and level up. After hearing this, Shun Xiaoya was naturally very happy. The two came all the way outside Qingye City, on a map called Wangwei Ridge. The dungeons of Qingyicheng are more concentrated. All concentrated here, there are as many as 8 in total, and the levels range from 10 to 50. If you want to level up, the copy of Moon Ridge is definitely the best choice. Of course, because there is no way to capture the ferocious beasts spawned in the dungeon. If you want to catch new battle pets, you still have to go to the more distant wilderness. What Zhang Yan wants to take Shun Xiaoya to is the 50th level dungeon, Undead Mound. This dungeon is not only high level, but also spawns a large number of beasts. It is definitely the best choice for upgrading. At the gate of the dungeon of Undead Hill, there are many beastmasters gathered. All of them are above the 3rd rank. Rao is a tier 3 beastmaster, and he dare not download this dungeon lightly. So basically many people are looking for teammates and teaming up with them to enter. Shun Xiaoya was wondering why she had already been dragged into the dungeon teleportation array by Zhang Yan when the ranks of the beastmasters around her were all so high. Welcome to the level 50 dungeon, Undead Hill. Next, please choose the difficulty you want to challenge. As soon as he entered the teleportation formation, Zhang Yan, the captain, had 5 options: normal, difficult, warrior, king, and abyss. Especially the abyss option, these 2 words are so red. It reminds the beastmaster not to choose lightly. And what Zhang Yan wants to choose is this abyss. The abyss mode is the most difficult dungeon mode. All ordinary monsters are upgraded to elite level monsters. The level and attributes are much higher than those of king level dungeons, and the number of monsters will triple. But the ferocious beasts are strong and the number is large, which means that they have a lot of experience. Although the electronic dragon is only level 11, it is not a problem to deal with the 50-level abyss dungeon. After selecting the mode, the scene around Zhang Yan and Shun Xiaoya suddenly changed, and soon, it evolved into a dark mass grave, surrounded by black mist and low visibility. And this black mist is precisely the sign of the abyss mode. Only in the abyss mode can this kind of fog of war appear, weakening the senses of the beastmaster. The surrounding area was very quiet. Only the dark soil under his feet and a few dilapidated grave mounds not far away could be seen. The environment of this dungeon is eerie and terrifying, making people unable to resist the Cold War. After Shun Xiaoya came here, she was taken aback for a moment, and then her face turned pale. It's not that this place is too scary to scare her, but because after being sent into the dungeon, she already knows that this is a level 50 abyss level dungeon. Master, you can't make a mistake, right? Here. This is an abyss level dungeon. Her face was pale, and she subconsciously grabbed the corner of Zhang Yan's clothes. She was already petite, but now she looked more like a quail. Zhang Yan glanced at her and said, "That's right, the abyss level dungeon has higher experience, and the speed of cultivating battle pets is also faster. Don't worry, I can deal with this dungeon. Let me go first. Summon your battle pet, and prepare to gain experience." Oh. Perhaps thinking of the scene where Zhang Yan instantly killed the lava turtle, Xin Xiaoya still decided to trust Zhang Yan, loosened Zhang Yan's clothes, and then summoned her candle fire dragon. As the teleportation array lit up, a half-human-sized bright yellow dragon came out of it, screaming, "Ah!" with flames spouting from its mouth from time to time, looking full of vitality. This candle fire dragon is somewhat similar to the Pokemon name Little Charmander in an anime Zhang Yan watched before Zhang Yan was alive, but the difference is that the Little Charmander has a flame on the tip of its tail, while the candle fire dragon is a fist-sized fireball burning on its head. In general, the dragon blood in the candle fire dragon is much higher than that of other dragon battle pets, and its appearance is closer to that of a giant dragon. Because Xin Xiaoya did not hide the attributes of the candle fire dragon, so with its appearance, Zhang Yan, its attribute, can also be seen. Candle Dragon, level 17 HP, 1933 attacks, 467 defense, 307 attributes. Fire, Dragon Skill, Big Fireball, spit out a huge fireball, causing damage to the enemy. Smoke Screen, spew out volcanic smoke, causing disturbance to the enemy. Flame Vortex, summons the fire attribute energy in the air, triggers a flame vortex within a certain range, and attacks group enemies. This candle fire dragon has quite good attributes, and it is definitely a top-quality battle pet. However, compared with the electronic dragon, it is still much, much worse. In other words, the two are simply not comparable. This candle fire dragon seemed to know that it was very strong. After summoning it, it raised its chest and raised its head like a proud swan. Zhang Yan smiled and summoned his electronic dragon without saying a word. As a huge summoning array lit up in midair, the electronic dragon flew out of it, bringing out another burst of wind, blowing the flame on the candle dragon's head to sway, as if it might be extinguished at any time. In a blink of an eye, the electronic dragon completely flew out of the summoning array, and its huge body was entrenched in midair, like a steel mountain. The candle fire dragon, who originally felt good about himself, looked up at such a huge monster and instantly froze, and ran behind Xin Xiaoya in a patter, only daring to poke his head out to look at the electronic dragon. Chapter 15. You lie down. I'll move. You worthless dragon. Xin Xiaoya suddenly felt that her face was dull, and pulled the candle fire dragon out. The candle fire dragon yelled "ah" a few times. Although it came out from behind Xin Xiaoya, it was obvious that it was quite afraid of the electronic dragon. Zhang Yan chuckled, and took the lead to walk forward. Okay, let's go. You and your candle fire dragon will stay behind us for a while. This is a level 50 abyss-level dungeon. It's very dangerous for you. Don't worry about it. Don't fall behind. Yeah. Xin Xiaoya nodded, and pushed the innocent-looking candle fire dragon in front of her, and she was at the end of the line. Under the command of Lu Fan, the electronic dragon swims its huge body in mid-air, opening the way for everyone. The surrounding wind was blowing, and the black fog made people's visibility extremely low. Coupled with the barren mounds that appeared around from time to time, this dungeon was extremely eerie. However, with the giant electronic dragon in front of them, it really gave Xin Xiaoya and Zhang Yan a sense of security. Not long after the two of them left, countless pairs of scarlet eyes suddenly lit up in the black mist in front of them. Such a sudden change made Xin Xiaoya nervous again. After pushing the candle fire dragon out, she hugged Zhang Yan's arm tightly. Candle fire dragon. Zhang Yan. Thinking about the spooky scene here, and Xin Xiaoya is a little girl, it's normal to be afraid. So Zhang Yan just let her go. He himself looked at the scarlet eyes that kept approaching him. Roar. There was a shrill roar, and the beast in the dungeon got closer, and Zhang Yan saw what the other party was. It was a dozen skeletons with red light shining in their eyes. They were about the size of a human being. They were covered with broken armor and held a broken iron sword in their hands, which was full of rust. Zhang Yan immediately used insight on it, and the skeleton's attribute panel was revealed. Mass Burial of Bones, level 50 Dungeon Elite Monster, HP, 5354 attacks, 1064 defense, 796 attributes, Dark, Undead Skill, Fatal Slash, wave the rusty iron sword in your hand, attack the enemy, and with the effect of Curse of Undead, reduce the attribute of the enemy. Manipulate the Will-o'-the-Wisp, summon the Will-o'-the-Wisp to attack the enemy. Immortal Body, turns into a pool of bones after death, and then revives after an hour. Compared with a leader-level beast like Bright Butterfly, its attributes are much worse, but as an elite monster, its attributes are still acceptable. More importantly, it also carries Immortal Body. That is to say, if the dungeon cannot be cleared within an hour, the buried bones that were killed before will be resurrected, and it is very troublesome to find the Beastmaster to fight again. seeing the mass burial of bones and killing them with a sword. Before Zhang Yan could issue a command to fight, Shen Xiaoya was already frightened by the undead beast, and she directly ordered to the candle fire dragon. Quick, use a big fireball. Don't let them come here. The candle fire dragon was reliable, standing in front of Shen Xiaoya, raised his head and opened his mouth. Flames rose from his mouth. In the next second, the candle fire dragon spit out a fireball the size of a wheel, passed by the electronic dragon, and bombarded the body of a mass-buried bone in the front. Boom! The big fireball exploded on the body of the mass-buried bones, and the words -364 appeared on the top of its head. The fire element has a certain restraint effect on the undead element. Even so, it is difficult for the candle fire dragon to break through the elite monsters of level 50. This damage value made Shen Xiaoya's face even paler. Seeing this, Zhang Yan smiled, patted Shen Xiaoya's head with his right hand and said, "The candle fire dragon's level is too low. Let me do it. Just lie down." Cyber Dragon, Steel Sweep. Following Zhang Yan's order, the electronic dragon finally moved. It swooped down towards the mass-buried bones in midair, and then swept out with a steel dragon tail, hitting all the dozen or so mass-burial bones. Immediately, shocking damage values flew out one by one. -19,763, -19,371, -20,167. Under the 15,000 attack power of the electronic dragon, the defense of mass burial bones is basically negligible. Coupled with the restraint effect of the light element on the undead element, it directly dealt nearly 20,000 damage, and all the bones were buried in an instant. The experience value provided by this wave of level 50 elite monsters is very considerable, directly causing the electronic dragon to flash a golden light, and its size has swelled a bit, reaching level 12. My God! Shen Xiaoya looked at the bones buried in a mass that she couldn't break through, and turned into bone residue all over the place with just one encounter. Her small mouth couldn't close her mouth in surprise. Although she had seen the scene of Zhang Yan's instant lava turtle before, she still couldn't restrain her inner shock when she saw the electronic dragon attack again. "You said my candle fire dragon is low in level, but it's obviously your electronic dragon's level that is lower? Why, your battle pet level is so low, and you can still be an elite monster at level 50 in seconds. Everyone is a Dragon Beastmaster. You will make me look like a trash, hey." Chapter 16. As the mass burial of bones was done in seconds, the information panel was constantly being refreshed. Your war pet electronic dragon defeated the bones buried in mass, and you got the rusty undead iron piece. Your battle pet electronic dragon defeated the bones buried in mass, and you got the undead cloth. Your war pet electronic dragon defeated the bones buried in mass, and you got the rusty undead iron piece. Your battle pet electronic dragon defeated the bones buried in mass, and you got the bones of the undead. The monsters in the dungeon can get items after killing them. In the backpack of Zhang Yan's character, there are already a lot of things that exploded from the bones of the mass burial. These are all materials, because they come from level 50 undead monsters, so they are worth a little money, and they can be sold at a business store, which can be regarded as an income. Zhang Yan took a brief inventory of the loot and found that there were no skill books, battle pet equipment, etc. He was slightly disappointed, and then planned to move on. At this time, Shen Xiaoya regained her composure, looked at Zhang Yan and said, "Master, you are so amazing." Zhang Yan chuckled and didn't shake off Shen Xiaoya's hand, allowing her to hold her like this, and said, "That's needless to say. Okay, let's move on and strive to raise both the electronic dragon and the candle fire dragon to level 20 today, and then receive the advanced task." "Yeah." Shen Xiaoya smiled and nodded. The two continued to move forward. Although there were electronic dragons and candle fire dragons in front of them, Shen Xiaoya never let go of Zhang Yan. Soon, the two encountered a wave of mass burials of bones again. Of course, needless to say, the electronic dragon directly made a plan, Steel Sweep, to clear the field in an instant, and the mass burial of bones did not even have a chance to use their skills. This wave of ferocious beasts did not allow the electronic dragon to upgrade, but it did provide a lot of materials, which can be regarded as bringing some extra income to Zhang Yan. Half an hour passed in a blink of an eye. With another golden light flashing on the electronic dragon, it was officially upgraded to level 13. There are indeed a lot of monsters in this abyss-level dungeon, and there are waves of monsters, which are easier to cut than leaks. Now, not only has the electronic dragon reached level 13, but Zhang Yan has more than 200 copies of materials and 2 pieces of battle pet equipment in his backpack. These two pieces of equipment are both bronze level, only undead pets can equip them, and the level requirements are both above level 40, basically no match for Zhang Yan and Shen Xiaoya. Therefore, these two pieces of equipment are also sent to the firm. The price of the two pieces of equipment should be around 50,000. With this amount of money, Zhang Yan will be able to live a lot of life in the gym in the future.
Master.
Shen Xiaoya squinted her eyes and looked ahead, then pulled Zhang Yan's sleeve vigorously. There seems to be something wrong in front. Zhang Yan followed Shen Xiaoya's gaze and saw that there was a huge bulge in the dark ahead. It seems that there is a huge grave in front of them, blocking the road of the two of them, and it is difficult to go around. Seeing this scene, Zhang Yan immediately understood and said, "It should be the first boss. This undead mound is different from other dungeons. The other dungeons are all a boss, but the undead mound has two ends, namely the undead burial mage and the mass burial skeleton king. I think the front should be the place where the undead burial master will be refreshed." After all, Zhang Yan is also from Qingyicheng, and he still has a certain understanding of these dungeons next to Qingyicheng. As soon as she heard that she would encounter the first boss ahead, Shen Xiaoya inevitably became nervous again. However, she raised her head and glanced at the electronic dragon in front of her, and suddenly felt that with Zhang Yan around, the boss is nothing to be afraid of. Okay, let's go. After killing this boss, my electronic dragon will be able to rise to level 14. Zhang Yan licked his lips and led Shen Xiaoya forward. Boss represents more experience and a higher burst rate. Zhang Yan is still very much looking forward to what such a boss can unleash. It was still the electronic dragon who led the way, and the two dragons soon came to the grave the size of a hill. As they approached, it seemed that the mechanism to wake up the boss was triggered. In an instant, the ground under their feet shook, and the tomb in front of them also began to collapse, opening a gap. Countless black air continuously overflowed from the gap, and at the same time a palm made of white bones protruded from it, strenuously supporting his body, and walked out of the tomb. This is a huge beast 3 meters away. Although it is also a bone, it is completely different from a mass burial. It was dressed in tattered mage robes, and it held a staff composed of many skulls in its hand. It looked much more fierce than ordinary elites like mass burial of bones. Zhang Yan and Shen Xiaoya cast insights on it at the same time, and instantly learned about the other party's attributes. Necromancer, level 55 Abyss Dungeon Leader, HP, 20671 attacks, 3179 defense, 1834 attributes. Undead, Dark Skill. Necromancer Missile, attack the opponent with the power of the Necromancer, which can ignore the opponent's certain defense power. Dark Split, you can split 10 clones whose attributes are only 1/5 of your own to help you fight. Bone Prison, can summon a bone cage to imprison enemies. Curse, can reduce the combat power of the enemy. This boss is so strong. Shen Xiaoya was speechless, and couldn't help worrying whether her master's electronic dragon was the opponent's opponent. Chapter 17. After the undead burial mage appeared, Dang even waved the bone staff in his hand. On the bone staff, dots of red light flickered. With the flickering red light, the bones of the necromancer's body stood up and grew, as if many of them were about to split out of his body and become a new individual. Obviously, the necromancer wants to use his skill, Dark Split, to split into 10 clones to help him fight. And will Zhang Yan give it this chance? Cyber Dragon, Evolution Blast. Following Zhang Yan's order, under Shen Xiaoya's astonished eyes, the electronic dragon opened its dragon's mouth, and the black cannon turret in the dragon's mouth was very conspicuous. Is this still a dragon battle pet? Shen Xiaoya was a little dazed, because she has never seen such a cyberpunk dragon pet. And then, a scene that surprised her even more happened. As countless white lights converged towards the cannon fort, the power of Evolution Blast had also accumulated to its peak. Subsequently, boom, the skills of Evolution Blast poured out suddenly, and the target was directed at the necromancer. Before the necromancer had time to cast Dark Split, he was hit by a bullet, and a terrible damage figure appeared impressively. Minus 20,834, just right. It can instantly clear the blood volume of the necromancer. The necromancer whimpered in the white light of Evolution Blast, and his body completely collapsed to the ground. At the same time, white light flashed across the bodies of the electronic dragon and the candle fire dragon at the same time, and both were upgraded. Your war pet electronic dragon defeated the necromancer, and you got the rusty undead iron piece *5. Your war pet electronic dragon defeated the necromancer, and you got the undead cloth *34. Your battle pet electronic dragon defeated the necromancer, And you got the Undead Bones *54. Your Battle Pet Electronic Dragon defeated the Necromancer, and you got a Battle Pet Skill Book. Your Battle Pet Electronic Dragon defeated the Necromancer, and you obtained a piece of gold-level Battle Pet equipment. Not only the experience is rich, but the things that the boss exploded are also very rich, including a skill book and a gold-level Battle Pet equipment. Zhang Yan quickly opened his character's backpack and found the thing that exploded at once. Read the skill book first, the first skill book, which surprised Zhang Yan. Dark Split, Battle Pet Skill Book, Requirements. The Battle Pet attribute is Dark Effect. It can split 10 clones whose attributes are only 1/5 of its own to help it fight. It's actually a Dark Split skill book. The basic function of this skill is to summon mobs. The attributes of mobs are 1/5 of the main body, which is not too high. After all, among other things, the attack power has dropped to only 1/5. Fighting with a battle pet or a beast of the same level may not even be able to break the opponent's defense. At best, it can only interfere with the opponent with the split clone. But this skill has a different effect on Zhang Yan. After being upgraded, the Electronic Dragon now has an attack power of 19,000 plus, close to 20,000. Even if the clone's attack power is only 1/5, it is still 3 to 4,000. Generally, the attack power of a Tier 4 battle pet at level 60 is about the same. Basically, Zhang Yan uses the Electronic Dragon avatar to deal with enemies below Tier 4. Breaking the defense is not a problem at all. Therefore, Darkness Split, a slightly tasteless skill book for Zhang Yan, is simply a god-level skill book, which is equivalent to directly increasing the output ability of the Electronic Dragon by 2 times, directly filling it up. Moreover, although Dark Split requires the battle pet to be a dark-type battle pet, the Electronic Dragon has light-to-dark conversion, which can completely become a dark-type battle pet. This skill book, it can be learned completely. Zhang Yan was not in a hurry to let the Electronic Dragon learn this skill book, but looked at another piece of battle pet equipment. This equipment is a broken skull, which looks unremarkable. But as a gold-level equipment, the skull must have pretty good attributes. Undead Skull, gold-level battle pet equipment, required level, 50 attribute requirements. Undead, dark attributes. Increase the attack power of the pet by 300 points, and increase the effect of the pet's curse skills by 10%. Oh, it is indeed a good equipment. The attribute requirements are only undead and dark, rather than specifying a specific battle pet. For a piece of war pet equipment, it is already quite good, and many undead war pets can be equipped. Secondly, 300 points of attack power is not low among the 50-level pet attributes, and more importantly, it can also enhance the effect of curse skills. Generally speaking, undead war pets mainly play a supporting role. Many undead war pets learn curse skills to weaken the enemy's attributes. Therefore, the effect of this undead skull can be described as the best among gold-level battle pet equipment. Of course, compared to Zhang Yan's Electronic Dark Blade, this is pure garbage. There is a huge difference between the sacred level and the gold level. Zhang Yan also despises such a piece of equipment, and there is no suitable battle pet to use it, so the best destination for such a top-quality piece of equipment is a trading company. Such a piece of top-quality gold can definitely be sold for 7 figures, or even 8 figures. Chapter 18. Xin Xiaoya came to her senses only after Zhang Yan had read all the trophies. She never expected that a boss with such a gorgeous way of appearing on the stage had just emerged, without even releasing a single skill, and was pressed back into the grave by Zhang Yan. Master, you can even beat the boss? Xin Xiaoya smacked her lips, blinking her big eyes. Your Electronic Dragon must have an attack power of more than 15,000, right? Almost. Zhang Yan nodded, admitting it. He lightly said almost, which caused another commotion in Xin Xiaoya's heart. A Tier 1 battle pet has an attack power of more than 15,000. Is this still a battle pet? Isn't this a bug? Now Xin Xiaoya feels more and more that she chose to stay in the Qing Yicheng Dragon Gym, which is really correct. In the entire Great Xia Kingdom, can a second such powerful Beastmaster be found? When Xin Xiaoya was thinking this way, she realized that Zhang Yan had already changed the Electronic Dragon's form. The Electronic Dragon, which was originally shining with silver-white metal light, suddenly lost its light at this moment, but became pitch black, like a black hole. At the same time, Zhang Yan even took out a gleaming skill book from the character's backpack and slapped it directly on the Electronic Dragon. Seeing this, Xin Xiaoya stuttered and asked, Master, are you writing a skill book for Electronic Dragon? Well, the boss just released a skill book, which happens to be usable by Electronic Dragon, Zhang Yan said. Xin Xiaoya also became interested when she heard it, What kind of skill book did you write for Electronic Dragon? It's Dark Split, Zhang Yan said. The skill book in his hand had disappeared. At this time, the attribute panel of the Electronic Dragon has changed a lot. Electronic Dragon, Tier 1, level 14 HP, 30491 attack, 11,384, plus 8,400, defense, 4397 attributes, Dragon, Steel, Flying, Light skill. Evolution Blast, attack with the cannon in the mouth, causing huge damage, Steel Sweep, sweep with Dragon Tail, causing massive damage in a large area, Light to Dark conversion, can change its own attributes from light to dark, Steel Splitting Sky. Fly into the air, while slamming into the enemy with the body, the wing blade will simultaneously cause terrifying cutting damage. Dark Split. 10 clones whose attributes are only 1/5 of their own can be split from themselves to help them fight. This attribute is so strong that it will explode. Under Shan Xiaoya's astonished gaze, Zhang Yan directly asked Electronic Dragon to use Dark Split. On the steel body of the Electronic Dragon, there appeared a flat cut like a building block being disassembled, and then the small electronic dragons were peeled off to form a new individual. After all 10 small electronic dragons were formed, many defects appeared on the original Electronic Dragon. But at this defect, with the roar of the Electronic Dragon, a dazzling silver light bloomed. The silver light disappeared quickly, and after the disappearance, the body of the Electronic Dragon had returned to its original state. Compared with the main character, the small Electronic Dragon is obviously much smaller, but it is also about 4 meters long. Among the pets of war, it is definitely a heavyweight existence. Moreover, not only is it huge, the attribute of the split Electronic Dragon is also not low. It has 1/5 of the attributes of the owner. The attack power is close to 4,000, the defense power is nearly 1,000, and the blood volume is 6,000 plus. It is no problem to hang Shan Xiaoya's Candle Fire Dragon. Such a powerful little Electronic Dragon, whether it is auxiliary output or injury resistance, is considered a good player. Zhang Yan is very satisfied with this skill. He patted the head of Shan Xiaoya, who was almost petrified, pointed to the front and said, "Let's go. There is still half of the map in this dungeon that has not been explored. The last boss should be at the deepest part of the dungeon map. With so many small electronic dragons around, our speed of spawning monsters should increase a lot." Oh. Shan Xiaoya came back to her senses, hurried up a few steps, and habitually grabbed the corner of Zhang Yan's clothes. The next journey will be more difficult and dangerous, because in addition to the mass burial of bones, the second half of the dungeon added 2 new beasts, the mass burial archer and the mass burial mage. The attack power of these 2 kinds of beasts is much higher than that of mass burial of bones, and they also have the skills of long-range attack, which can cause headaches for ordinary beast masters. It's a pity that although the beast has become stronger, Zhang Yan's Electronic Dragon is also not vegetarian. The mass burial archers and mass burial mages are strong in attack power, but their defense power is much lower than that of mass burial bones. Even if it is a small Electronic Dragon, a Evolution Blast can basically kill it instantly. Therefore, although the number and strength of the beasts in the second half were more and stronger than those in the first half, Zhang Yan led Shan Xiaoya at a much faster speed. Pushed by an Electronic Dragon and 10 small Electronic Dragons, the 2 soon arrived at the deepest part of the Undead Dungeon, the ruins of the Undead. Chapter 19. The so-called relics of the undead are actually a broken ancient city. In front of the broken ancient city, there is a throne made of bones. The last boss of this undead hill, the mass burial skeleton king, is already sitting on the throne, waiting for a long time. The mass burial skeleton king is a huge skeleton more than 5 meters tall, with a flickering épée in his hand, without any rust, but gurgling blood. On its head, there is a crown made of pure gold, which proves that he was once the master of the broken ancient city behind him. Such a mighty and domineering beast has terrifying attributes, which cannot be compared with that of the necromancer. Even at the current levels of Zhang Yan and Shan Xiaoya, they can no longer use the insight skill to check the attributes of the mass burial skeleton king, and can only see that it is a level 60 abyss leader. Undead Hill is a level 50 dungeon. Theoretically, the final boss level should be level 55. But Zhang Yan chose the abyss level dungeon, so the mass burial skeleton king also changed from a 3rd tier to a 4th tier existence. The 4th order boss must be stronger, because Zhang Yan can't see the opponent's attributes. So Zhang Yan didn't act rashly, but let a small electronic dragon go up to try the strength of the burial skeleton king. In the end, although the buried skeleton king killed the little electronic dragon in the end, Zhang Yan calculated the opponent's attributes in his mind, and he was sure that this boss could be eaten by himself. So, Zhang Yan started working directly and let the electronic dragons rush up with the little electronic dragons to besiege the Mass Burial Cave King. The Mass Burial Skeleton King is a Blood Bowl boss, and the electronic dragon, Evolution Blast, can blast away about 12,000 plus of its health bars. This amount of blood is only about 1/10 of its total blood. Ordinary little electronic dragons also release their skills together, and they can probably take away 2,000 points of blood from the Mass Burial Skeleton King at one time. In this way, although the mass burial of the Skeleton King brought a little trouble to Zhang Yan, the trouble was not too big. After 3 minutes of fighting, Mass Burial Skeleton King was still flattened by Zhang Yan. Because so many mobs were cleared before, the experience value of the electronic dragon has been stuck at the critical point of the upcoming upgrade. So the experience provided by the mass burial of the Skeleton King immediately raised the electronic dragon by 2 levels, reaching level 16. It's a pity that although the Necromancer Burial Master had a big explosion, it was just Zhang Yan's luck after all. Although the mass burial of the Skeleton King this time is the serious final boss, nothing good has been revealed. There are only 2 pieces of silver-level pet equipment and a very bad Street Beastmaster skill book all encouragement. Encouragement of the whole series allows the Beastmaster to activate the encouragement skill on any kind of battle pet, increasing its combat effectiveness by 10%. It's a pity that the buffs of encouragement skills cannot be superimposed, that is to say, if Zhang Yan uses the whole series of encouragement, there is no way to apply dragon-type encouragement to his pets. In contrast, special encouragement skills are more effective, and Zhang Yan, as the holder of the strongest Dragon Beastmaster System, must all be dragons in the future, and there is no need for other types motivation skills. Encouragement of the whole series, although it is a bad street skill, it is better to use. Some Beastmasters who like to cultivate different types of pets are especially fond of it, so there is quite a market. If you sell it, you should be able to sell it for a good price. So far, Zhang Yan led Shan Xiaoya to clear the first round of undead dungeons. The two rested here for a while, and then did not leave the instance, but directly chose to challenge again. Starting over, Shan Xiaoya is not as scared as she was at the beginning. However, following Zhang Yan and pulling Zhang Yan's clothes has become her habit. Just like that, Zhang Yan took Shan Xiaoya to brush another 4 rounds of the Abyss-level undead post. In a blink of an eye, the time has come to the afternoon. After finishing 5 rounds of the undead post, finally, the level of the electronic dragon has climbed to level 20, which has reached the advanced conditions. As for Shan Xiaoya's Candle Fire Dragon, it had already reached level 20 in the 3rd round. However, Zhang Yan was not in a hurry to ask her to receive advanced tasks. Anyway, experience is stored in the experience slot. Although it cannot be upgraded, the experience will not be low, so it is better to let Shan Xiaoya accompany her to practice the electronic dragon 20. Let's talk. After leaving the dungeon, 2 people can go to the advanced temple together to advance the battle pet. At this time, before burying the corpse of the Skeleton King, Zhang Yan happily counted the rewards from the 5 rounds of Abyss-level dungeons. Among them, there is 1 piece of gold pet equipment, 7 pieces of silver pet equipment, and about 20 pieces of bronze and black iron equipment. In addition, there are countless materials, as well as 3 skill books. Among the 3 skill books, 1 skill book is a shared book, and the skill effect is quite good. Vampiric Aura, Beastmaster Skill Book. Requirements. None effect. After Beastmaster is activated, when your pet fights, it can absorb 20% of the HP lost by the enemy and convert it into the recovery of your own HP. Chapter 20. This, Vampire Halo, is definitely a good thing. For a high-attack pet like the electronic dragon, even if it is injured, 1 Evolution Blast will immediately restore its HP to full. Whoever fights with the electronic dragon will not be confused. As a shared skill book, it can be hung in the gymnasium for apprentices to learn. With such a powerful skill effect, it is estimated that many apprentices will be greedy, right? In the future, most dragon gyms will not worry about having no apprentices. When I lead Shan Xiaoya to advance successfully, there will be another shared copy of the Battle Pet skill book as a reward for the branch line. In this way, the dragon gym will have 2 skills that can be taught, which can be regarded as taking shape. Zhang Yan happily put away all the loot, took Shan Xiaoya away from the dungeon, and returned to Qing Yecheng. After returning to Qing Yicheng, the 2 went directly to the advanced temple. In front of the advanced sacred stone in the temple, Zhang Yan chose to advance his electronic dragon. The advanced sacred stone shone with light, and immediately issued an advanced task to Zhang Yan. Advanced tasks. 1. Collect 2 dazzling dragon stones. 2. A piece of intact dragon bloodstone. 3. 10 bottles of blood from dragon beasts. 4. 5 sharp claws of dragon beasts. The second-order advanced tasks are basically material collection tasks, which are relatively simple. After receiving them, just go to the business store to see if you can buy them. Zhang Yan now has a lot of materials and equipment in his bag. After selling all of them, it shouldn't be a problem to buy the materials needed for advancement. After receiving the task, Xin Xiaoya also came back. Her advanced task was similar to Zhang Yan's, all collecting materials. So, the two went to the business together. After arriving at the commercial bank, Zhang Yan wanted to line up at the window to handle business, but Xin Xiaoya took out a card from the backpack of the character and showed it to the receptionist in Cheongsam. VIP reception room, waiting for special personnel to serve them. Zhang Yan was taken to the VIP reception room in a daze. Seeing Xin Xiaoya as casually as if she had returned to her own home, drinking tea and eating snacks, she suddenly felt that this girl seemed to be quite extraordinary. What did you show them just now that they brought us here? Zhang Yan looked at Xin Xiaoya suspiciously and asked. Ahem. Xin Xiaoya coughed twice. Her eyes drifted. It's nothing. It's just the membership card of the firm. My parents have frequent dealings with commercial firms, so they are members of the commercial firm. I also followed suit. Basically, when I come to the commercial firm to handle business, I don't have to queue up, and I can also enjoy certain discounts. Xin Xiaoya said it very easily, but Zhang Yan felt that things were not that simple. Because the business is a nationwide chain, and the system is in charge. This is like a gymnasium. Although the owner of the gymnasium is a beastmaster, the system has the final say on how many gymnasiums there are. To be regarded as a member by this kind of firm, Xin Xiaoya's parents probably have accumulated valuable transactions in the firm. Reminiscent of the rare battle pet like the candle fire dragon, Zhang Yan is even more sure that Xin Xiaoya's family background should be very extraordinary. However, Xin Xiaoya didn't mention her family, and Zhang Yan wouldn't bother to ask about it. After all, it was her family's privacy. Not long after waiting in the VIP reception room, a plump and beautiful young woman in her early 30s came here. Good evening, both of you. I'm Qing Hua, the VIP receptionist of Qing Yicheng Commercial Company. This beautiful young woman named Qing Hua has an extremely decent conversation, which makes people feel like a spring breeze. You two come to the firm today. Do you want to buy something? Or do you have something you want to sell or put up for sale? Zhang Yan said, there are all of them. We need some materials. Here is the list of materials. Please check if there are any in the store. As he said that, he made an illustration book of himself and Xin Xiaoya's mission requirements, and showed it to Qing Hua. Qing Hua looked at it, and said with a smile, so it's the materials for the second-order mission. The material system of our firm is circulated throughout the country. If it's only the materials for the second-order mission, it shouldn't be difficult to get it together. As she spoke, she clapped her hands, and immediately another staff member came in from outside. Qing Hua gave him the illustration book and asked him to go down to have a look, and if there was any, he would send it up directly. After the staff member left, Zhang Yan continued. In addition to buying these materials, I also have some materials, skill books, and equipment to sell. Okay. Qing Hua still smiled. If you have something, just take it out, and I can estimate the value for you on the spot. I'm sorry to trouble you. Zhang Yan nodded and started to take things out. Zhang Yan's things are all from the Undead Post, and the Undead Post is the highest level dungeon near Qing Yicheng, so naturally many people go to brush it every day. Therefore, to estimate the value of these things, blue and white can be regarded as handy. Except for the skull of the undead, all the pieces together can be sold for more than 1.6 million yuan, which is quite satisfactory. After all, there are several pieces of silverware among them. Although they are just ordinary silverware, they are quite valuable as rare war pet equipment. Finally, when Zhang Yan took out the undead skull, the ultimate gold equipment, the blue and white face changed suddenly. This is an undead skull. Chapter 21. Well, it's an undead skull. Zhang Yan said, this is gold equipment, so it should be more valuable? It's more than worth the money, Qing Hua said in surprise. It can be said that this is produced by Qing Yicheng, the best undead battle pet equipment. There is a price, but no market. This thing can only be exploded on the undead burial mage in the undead post. The explosion rate is very low, so the price is very expensive. Speaking of this, Qing Hua suppressed her astonishment and said seriously, are you sure you want to sell this battle pet equipment? Zhang Yan nodded and said, we have no use for this equipment, so it must be sold. What kind of price can your firm offer to take it back? Qing Hua thought for a while and said, if our company recycles this equipment, it can give us 6 million xia coins. After hearing this, Zhang Yan frowned slightly. Because of the price, he was not satisfied. In his heart, The price should be more than 8 million. After all, top-grade gold artifacts are a sought-after item in this world. Qinghua saw Zhang Yan's thoughts and quickly laughed and said, "This is the recovery price of our Qing Yicheng firm, and it must be inappropriate for you. Actually, for such a precious and rare thing, I would suggest that you put it up for sale in our firm. It just so happens that our firm will hold an auction in a few days, and your undead skull can be auctioned at the auction. Although our firm will charge a part of the handling fee, it is definitely much more cost-effective than our firm's direct purchase." Zhang Yan pondered for a while and felt that Qinghua's proposal was feasible. At the auction, rare equipment such as undead skulls must be in short supply, and there is no need to worry about not being able to sell at a high price. Therefore, Zhang Yan also made a decision to sell the rest of the fragments directly to the trading company, while the undead skulls will be put up for sale at the upcoming auction. After the two parties agreed, Qinghua asked two staff members to come over, took all the things away, and at the same time gave Zhang Yan another invitation letter. This invitation letter is the invitation letter for the auction in a few days. Zhang Yan can use this invitation letter to bring an entourage to participate in the auction. Zhang Yan had never participated in an auction before, so he was very interested. I heard that at the auction, you can see a lot of top-quality battle pets, as well as top-quality equipment and skill books. Even if you can't afford anything, it's good to join in the fun. After putting away the invitation letter, another staff member came in the reception room. This time, they came to deliver the materials Zhang Yan needed. Qinghua looked at the list next to the materials, smiled, and said to Zhang Yan, "We have already found all the materials you want, and they are all here. The materials for the two lists total 839,800. Since you are a Zijin member, I will give you a 20% discount and then erase the change. You only need to pay 670,000. So expensive?" Although Zhang Yan is a little bit pained, but thinking that he will be short of money in the future, he can go to the undead post a few more times, so he is relieved. Moreover, he seemed to have gained a bit of Shen Xiaoya's favor, and he gave a considerable discount. Compared with ordinary Beastmasters, his cost of advancing this time should not be expensive. So he waved his hand and said, "Deduct directly from the money I sell equipment materials. After deducting, just give me the rest of the money." Qinghua nodded with a smile and said, "Well, there is no problem. Please wait a moment, and I will have someone bring you the bill and the business card later." Zhang Yan nodded. At this time, Shen Xiaoya, who had been silent on the side, tugged at the corner of Zhang Yan's clothes and said, "Master, I still have my share in the cost of materials. Otherwise, I will give the money to you. You pull it down." Zhang Yan waved his hand. "It's just such a small amount of money, it won't be so clear. It's not easy to go out to practice alone. Since you have become an apprentice in my gymnasium, this material should be regarded as a gift from me to you." Zhang Yan is not a stingy person. He cares about hundreds of thousands of material money, thinking about sucking blood from the apprentice's back. Shen Xiaoya became an apprentice of the Dragon Gymnasium, so that he can get more valuable rewards from side missions, which is definitely not a loss. After Zhang Yan said this, not only did Shen Xiaoya's heart feel warm, but her eyes almost overflowed with tears. Although she has only known Zhang Yan for a day, she feels that she has followed the wrong master. At this time, Zhang Yan had given Shen Xiaoya the material she needed and asked her to deliver the task. Zhang Yan really wanted to see what the shared skill book for his pets in the side missions was, and he himself also put away the materials he needed. With all the materials collected in the character's backpack, the task on the task panel also shows the words "submittable." Zhang Yan clicked submit, and the system sound followed. "Congratulations on successfully completing the Battle Pet Advancement task. Your Battle Pet Electronic Dragon has successfully advanced to a second-tier Battle Pet, the Electronic Barrier Dragon. Ding. The system prompts that your main quest, the road to the strongest Dragon Beastmaster 2, has been completed. Congratulations, you have obtained the Beastmaster Skill Book, Strength Welding. Ding. The system prompts that the third task of the road to the strongest Dragon Beastmaster has been released for you. Please check it. Mission 3 of the road to the strongest Dragon Beastmaster. Kill 3 field bosses. Mission reward. Dimensional summoning once. Chapter 22. Finally, the Electronic Dragon has advanced to become a second-tier battle pet. Moreover, Zhang Yan also received the rewards of the main mission, as well as the mission of the next stage. Zhang Yan opened the battle pet panel for the first time. Check the Electronic Dragon. Oh no, it should be the attribute of the Electronic Barrier Dragon. Electronic Barrier Dragon, Tier 2, Level 20 HP. 67491 attack, 41,246, plus 18,000, defense. 15067 attributes, Dragon, Steel, Flying, light skill. Evolution Blast, attack with the cannon in the mouth, causing huge damage. Steel Sweep, sweep with Dragon Tail, causing massive damage in a large area. Light to dark conversion, can change its own attributes from light to dark. Steel Split Sky, flying into the air, slamming into the enemy with the body. The wing blade will cause terrible cutting. Damage, Dark Split, you can split 10 clones whose attributes are only 1/5 of your own to help you fight. Electronic Barrier, enter a defensive posture, support the electronic barrier, which can resist the enemy's attack. If the opponent's attack is a long-range attack, the attack will be rebounded. The electronic barrier defense power is the sum of the electronic barrier dragon's attack power and defense power. When Zhang Yan saw this attribute panel, Zhang Yan once wondered if he was dazzled. Because of the attributes of the electronic dragon at level 20, he knew very well that it was already against the sky to the extreme. But right now, the attributes of this electronic barrier dragon are even more outrageous than the electronic dragon. Although both are at level 20, the attributes of the electronic barrier dragon are fully twice that of the electronic dragon, and the defense power has tripled. After the battle pet is advanced, the attributes will indeed be improved to a certain extent. Zhang Yan has heard of this. However, generally the first-tier battle pet is advanced to the second-tier battle pet, and the attribute improvement is only about 20%. And if it can be increased by 3 or 40%, then it is definitely the best battle pet with unlimited potential. The electronic dragon is good. Its attributes are doubled directly. Nearly 7W of blood, more than 40,000 original attack power, plus 15,000 defense power. Can this be the value that a battle pet at level 20 can have? Boss is not such a supermodel. Moreover, after being promoted to the second rank, the electronic barrier dragon has an additional skill, electronic barrier. With the growth of the electronic dragon, the defense power has gradually become a shortboard, of course, compared with the attack power of its supermodel. And the emergence of an electronic barrier directly made up for the shortcomings of the electronic dragon. Enter the defensive posture and directly obtain the defense power of the sum of attack power and defense power, which is 74,000 plus. With a blood volume of 67,000, the electronic dragon is completely monolithic, and no one can break through the defense while standing still. If the opponent launches a long-range attack, electronic barrier can also bounce back the attack. Hitting me is equivalent to hitting yourself. Let me ask, with such an iron wall ahead, what other beasts or battle pets can make Zhang Yan feel intimidated? Cool. Zhang Yan looked at the image of the battle pet panel and found that compared to the electronic dragon, the appearance of the electronic barrier dragon has also changed slightly. Not to mention the larger body, there is an extra steel collar around the neck, which makes it more technological and powerful. This steel neck ring is probably the key to the promotion of the electronic dragon to the electronic barrier dragon. Zhang Yan is extremely satisfied with this battle pet advancement. He suppressed the joy in his heart and continued to check his main task reward, Power Welding. Power Welding, Beastmaster Skill Book, Requirements. None effect. Within 3 seconds, increase the attack power of pets that satisfy both the steel and dragon types and their attributes by 100%. After 3 seconds, this pet will be unable to attack for 10 seconds. Good guy. Another extremely powerful Beastmaster skill book. And this skill book is simply tailor-made for the electronic barrier dragon. The electronic barrier dragon fully meets the requirements of power welding, and at the same time, it increases its attack power by 100% within 3 seconds, which is enough time for it to use its skills, Evolution Blast and Steel Split Sky, or Steel Sweep. Play them all. With an attack power of nearly 100,000, how terrifying would it be to release 2 skills? Even if the opponent can survive this round of skills, what if the electronic barrier dragon can't attack for 10 seconds? I'll directly use an electronic barrier. What can you do to me? You can't beat me in 10 seconds, and I'm another round of power welding. So I'm asking you if you're afraid. This style of play is no longer unsolvable. It is simply shameless. It is indeed the completion reward of the main task. It is so cool. What Zhang Yan expected even more was that the reward for the third mainline task was another dimensional call. With the possession of a Tier 2 battle pet, he is now a Tier 2 Beastmaster, opening a second battle pet slot. After completing the third mainline task and obtaining the qualification for dimensional summoning, he will have a second chance to summon the dragon battle pet. I don't know, what kind of dragon battle pet will be summoned this time? Will it be more powerful than the electronic dragon? It's really exciting. Chapter 23. At this moment, another system prompt came. Ding! Your apprentice, Shun Xiaoya, has successfully become a second-tier Beastmaster, and your side mission, building a gymnasium, too, has been completed. Congratulations on getting the Battle Pet Skill Book. Steel Claw, shared copy. Ding. Now release side missions for the host to build a gymnasium. 3. Building gymnasiums. 3. Lead apprentices to kill a boss above level 50. Task reward. The designated battle pet will randomly get a piece of exclusive equipment. Sure enough, as Shun Xiaoya also became a second-tier Beastmaster, the side mission was also completed. What's more, the next round of side quests will match the main quests. You only need to lead Shun Xiaoya to kill a boss above level 50 to complete it. The rewards for side quests have become more and more generous. This third ring side quest is actually another exclusive equipment reward. Zhang Yan has already experienced the power of the electronic dark wing blade, and he doesn't know what the equipment reward is this time. If it is still an electronic dark suit, it will be cool. At this time, Shun Xiaoya took a look at her attributes, jumped up from the sofa happily and said, "Great. I'm finally a second-tier Beastmaster. My candle fire dragon has also become a blazing dragon, and its attributes have been fully increased by half." Seeing Shun Xiaoya's joyful look, Qinghua also smiled and said, "Congratulations to you too. You have become a second-tier Beastmaster. You will become stronger in the future. If you have anything to sell, or what materials or equipment you want to buy, welcome to our firm to join us." "Definitely." Zhang Yan smiled politely. Soon, his business card was sent back. With this business card, Zhang Yan can conduct transactions in major business houses in the Great Xia Kingdom. In Zhang Yan's commercial bank card, there are nearly 1 million daxia coins left, which is enough for Zhang Yan to squander it for a while. After finishing everything, Zhang Yan planned to take Shun Xiaoya to leave. The two of them brushed from morning till night and didn't eat lunch. Shun Xiaoya, a snack foodie, was a little shaky when walking at this time. So Zhang Yan decided to find a place to have a big meal and then go back to the gymnasium to rest. Qinghua also got up to see them off, not daring to neglect these two distinguished guests. However, when he walked downstairs to the lobby of the commercial firm, Zhang Yan suddenly remembered something and asked Qinghua, "By the way, besides selling equipment, materials, and skill books, the commercial firm also sells other things. For example, the location information of the boss in the wild?" While sending Zhang Yan and Shun Xiaoya off, Qinghua replied, "You mean intelligence information? Of course we are selling this too. Some people encounter powerful boss-level beasts in the wild, and they can't deal with them, so they will naturally choose to sell their coordinates as commodities. In addition to bosses, the location coordinates of some alienated beasts and rare beasts are also in high demand. There are sales here." "Really?" Zhang Yan was pleasantly surprised. Originally, he also asked casually with the attitude of giving it a try, but he didn't expect that this firm actually had such things as boss coordinates. "Now, does the firm have the coordinates of the boss near Qingyicheng? I want to buy some," Zhang Yan said. Qinghua thought for a while, and her face was a little confused. "Well, the bosses in the wild are relatively rare, and the boss points that are usually refreshed regularly have 4-star and 5-star gym guards, and they regard it as their own private resources. If you want to find a boss that can be hunted, it may not be easy. How about this? Let's add a friend, and I will send someone to check the database of the business. If there is coordinate information that meets the standards, I will contact you directly, and we can do online transactions." "Well, it's okay." Zhang Yan disagreed, and added Qinghua's friends at the entrance of the firm. In the future, two people can rely on the system to chat. After finishing everything, Zhang Yan took Shun Xiaoya to find a restaurant, ate and drank a lot, and then returned to his dragon gym. On the way, knowing that Shun Xiaoya had just arrived in Qingyicheng and had no place to stay, Zhang Yan also took her to the supermarket to buy some daily necessities, so she could live directly in the dragon gym. Anyway, the dragon gymnasium is relatively large, with a lot of empty rooms, and it is not a problem to accommodate more than a dozen people. Back at the dragon gym, Zhang Yan took Shun Xiaoya to find a relatively spacious room, and then asked the little girl to clean up by herself, making the bed and cleaning. And Zhang Yan himself came to the lobby of the gymnasium. Looking at his empty hall, Zhang Yan felt a little stressed. If you want to reopen such a gymnasium, there is still a long way to go. Oh, by the way, before Shun Xiaoya was promoted to a second-tier Beastmaster, the system also rewarded a shared copy of the Battle Pet skill. What kind of skill is this? Zhang Yan even forgot to check it. Thinking of this, Zhang Yan opened his character backpack and soon found the skill book called Steel Claw. Chapter 24. Steel Claw, Battle Pet Skill Book, Shared Copy, Requirements. Non-No Entity Class Effect. Harden your own sharp claws, and launch a violent blow to the enemy, which can cause tearing damage. This is a melee attack skill, and it seems that the power should be pretty good. Zhang Yan took out another shared Beastmaster skill book, Vampiric Halo, and opened the panel of the gym. Many places on the gymnasium panel are blank, including the skill imparting item. Zhang Yan opened it, and the empty pages of Beastmaster Skills Teaching and Battle Pet Skills Teaching were revealed in front of him. Zhang Yan put Steel Claw and Vampire Halo on the empty slots of these two items respectively. After thinking about it, he set 1 on the learning amount. Now there is only Shen Xiaoya as an apprentice in the gymnasium. The gym finally has 2 skills that can be learned, so there is no need to trick this child, just let her learn it. If such a silly girl runs away, what about Zhang Yan's side mission? Moreover, after this day of getting along with each other, Shen Xiaoya's carefree and lovely personality is very pleasing to Zhang Yan. He has lived in such an empty gymnasium for a month, and now it is good to have someone to accompany him. After setting up, there was the sound of da-da-da footsteps on the stairs next to it, and then Shen Xiaoya trod over with a happy face, saying, "Master, I just received a reminder that our gymnasium shared I got the new skill-sharing book. Can I learn the skills of the gymnasium now?" Zhang Yan smiled, nodded and said, "Well, I uploaded all the shared books I harvested today. Since you have come to my Dragon Gym, you must gain some skills, and you can't just take you to level up, can you?" "Hee, Master is mighty," Shen Xiaoya boasted, and then opened the gym panel in the skill learning area of the hall to check the skills that can be learned. Wow, there is a blood-sucking aura. This Beastmaster skill is quite easy to use. This Steel Claw looks good too. It just so happens that my Blazing Dragon lacks melee attack skills. After learning it, I won't be afraid of other battle pets fighting it personally. Shen Xiaoya, who was eager to learn skills, was suddenly taken aback, obviously noticing that the cost of learning skills was only 1 yuan. She looked up at Zhang Yan and said in puzzlement, "Master, did you make a mistake? How come it only costs 1 yuan to learn a skill? In general gyms, if you want to learn a skill once, it will cost tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands." Zhang Yan said with a smile, "It's just the 2 of us in the gym. Why should I set such a high tuition fee? Just learn it. As the first and only apprentice of our Dragon Gym, you must be allowed to enjoy the benefits no matter what." Woo. Shen Xiaoya heard. Tears flickered in her eyes again. "Master, you are so kind to me. From now on, I will die in our Qing Yicheng Dragon Gym. Don't, just live well. If you die here, I don't know how to explain to others." Zhang Yan was ashamed. Shen Xiaoya was amused, and then began to learn skills on the panel of the gymnasium. As Shen Xiaoya learned skills, Zhang Yan also received reminders here one after another. Your apprentice, Shen Xiaoya, failed to learn Vampire Halo, and you get 1 big summer coin. Your apprentice, Shen Xiaoya, failed to learn Steel Claw, and you get 1 large Xia coin. Your apprentice, Shen Xiaoya, failed to learn Vampire Halo, and you get 1 big summer coin. Your apprentice, Shen Xiaoya, failed to learn Steel Claw, and you get 1 large Xia coin. Learning the shared skills of gymnasiums is not a direct success. There is a certain probability of failure. If you fail, the tuition fee is not refundable. Therefore, if you learn a skill in a gymnasium, it seems that you may only have tens of thousands of yuan to learn it once, but if you really want to learn it, you may spend several times the price. This is also the main source of income for gymnasiums. Shen Xiaoya failed 7 or 8 times in a row, but in the end, she managed to learn both skills. Shen Xiaoya, who acquired 2 skills for less than 20 yuan, was obviously overjoyed. She raised her hand and summoned her Blazing Dragon. Compared with the original Candle Fire Dragon at this time, the appearance of the Blazing Fire Dragon has also undergone considerable changes. Not only was its body stronger and taller, but it also grew wings, and the flame above its head disappeared. Instead, at the ends of the wings, there are raging flames burning. Shen Xiaoya gave a low shout of Vampire Halo, and immediately a scarlet halo formed under her feet, continuously spreading ripples like ripples, enveloping the fiery dragon inside. The Blazing Dragon was affected by Vampire Halo, and a faint red mist gradually emerged from his body. Steel Claws. Shen Xiaoya ordered again, and the Blazing Dragon roared, and the claws suddenly showed a metallic color, which looked extremely sharp. Chapter 25. Shen Xiaoya looked around the gymnasium hall and smiled helplessly. "Oh, I wanted Blazing Fire Dragon to try out the newly learned skills, but it turns out that there doesn't seem to be any alloy stakes here. Alloy piles are a common prop in gymnasiums, which can be used by pets to drive piles to test the attack power of pets. This thing is definitely a must-have prop for every gym, but Zhang Yan's Dragon Gym is empty, so naturally there is no such thing." Zhang Yan thought for a while and said, "After I sell the undead skulls, I'll go buy a batch of alloy piles. If you want to try the new skills of the Blazing Dragon, you can use my electronic dragon as a target. Saying that, Zhang Yan summoned his own electronic barrier dragon. At this time, the electronic barrier dragon is already very huge. After being summoned, it directly occupies 2/3 of the area of the hall of the gymnasium. The electronic barrier dragon is entrenched on the ground. Even if it is not moving, it can give others a great sense of oppression. Xin Xiaoya and the flaming dragon who showed off its power after learning the skills looked up at the advanced electronic barrier dragon and showed a sigma expression at the same time. Your dragon is so big. It took Xin Xiaoya a long time to stammer out such a sentence, which made Zhang Yan feel uncomfortable. He coughed lightly and said, "Okay, let Blazing Dragon use Steel Claws to attack the electronic barrier dragon and try to see how the new skill works." Oh. Xin Xiaoya came back to her senses at this time and ordered the Blazing Dragon to go up and attack the electronic barrier dragon to try. Although Blazing Dragon did not dare to do anything to such a behemoth in front of him, but Xin Xiaoya had an order, so it naturally dared not disobey as a war pet. With the activation of Steel Claw, the dragon claws of the Blazing Dragon suddenly shone with metallic light. Then it flapped its wings fiercely, soared into the air, raised its sharp claws and swung towards the electronic barrier dragon. It seems that after the advancement, the Blazing Dragon should have changed its attribute to the flying system and has the ability to fly, making it more agile in battle. Zhang, as the Blazing Dragon landed on the body of the electronic barrier dragon, a large spark flashed at the position where the two touched. Immediately afterwards, a number appeared above the electronic barrier dragon's head. -2 for a moment, the entire venue fell silent.
Echo? Oh.
The Blazing Dragon was the first to break the atmosphere. At this time, it licked its right paw that had just attacked the electronic barrier dragon, crying out tearfully in pain. The electronic barrier dragon also looked down at this brother at this moment, as if deliberately asking if it was okay. But its behavior made Blazing Dragon think that the electronic barrier dragon was going to fight back, and immediately screamed even more terribly, turned around and flew behind Xin Xiaoya in panic, pouted its buttocks, and didn't dare to show its head. Maybe when Blazing Fire Dragon encountered any danger in the past, it was like this, hiding behind Xin Xiaoya. It's just that at that time, it was still a candle fire dragon with a height of half a person, so it was reasonable to hide behind Xin Xiaoya. But now, Blazing Fire Dragon is much bigger than Xin Xiaoya. It is hiding behind Xin Xiaoya. It looks like a bear hiding behind a small sapling. Zhang Yan finds it funny and speechless. It was also the first time he saw the battle pet hiding behind the Beastmaster. "You stupid dragon is a tier 2 battle pet. Why do you still embarrass me like this?" Xin Xiaoya blushed suddenly, turned around and kicked the fiery dragon, and took it back into the battle pet space. After taking back the Blazing Fire Dragon, Xin Xiaoya pouted slightly with displeasure, and said to Zhang Yan, "Master, your electronic dragon is 2 against the sky. My Blazing Fire Dragon's attack power is already as high as 870. How can you only knock out 2 points of blood when using skills? What is the defensive power of your electronic barrier dragon?" Zhang Yan looked at the electronic barrier dragon, smiled awkwardly and said, "The attack power of 870 is indeed quite difficult to break through. The defense of the electronic barrier dragon is above 15,000. How much? Xin Xiaoya wondered if she had heard it wrong. More than 15,000. Zhang Yan repeated it again, but after he finished speaking, he saw Xin Xiaoya subconsciously took 2 steps back, the muscles on her brow twitching uncontrollably, as if she heard something extremely outrageous things. The 20th level battle pet has more than 15,000 defenses? Master, you can't be the main god of this world, right? Otherwise, how could there be such an outrageous battle pet in this world? Zhang Yan smiled helplessly. Where am I the main god? But my electronic barrier dragon is really powerful. Where is it so powerful? Xin Xiaoya interrupted him and corrected. It's so powerful that it doesn't make sense, okay? I don't even know how to evaluate this pet of yours. Could it be that I am too short-sighted to know that there is such a powerful pet in this world? Xin Xiaoya has gradually become a little suspicious of life. She used to think that she had a good background, and she could be regarded as a master who had seen it before. After getting acquainted with Zhang Yan, she discovered that she was a frog in a well. Otherwise, why have I never seen such an outrageous battle pet like the electronic dragon?
Thanks for watching. You can find the next videos in the playlist linked in the info card, directly on my channel, or right here on the screen. And as always, if you have any feedback, feel free to share it in the comments too.